There's a powerful shift that happens when you stop letting the world dictate how you feel. You begin to notice something different. Challenges don't seem so overwhelming. Stress doesn't consume you as it once did. People's opinions no longer control your sense of worth. Life is still the same, busy, unpredictable, sometimes chaotic. But you've changed. You've built something inside, a strength so solid that no matter what life throws at you, you remain steady. You remain in control. This is mental mastery, the kind that frees you from the constant pressure to react. In today's fast-paced world, everything seems designed to pull you in 1,000 different directions. Social media bombards you with the expectations of others. Work demands more of your time and energy than ever before. Family and personal responsibilities pile up, and somewhere along the way, your sense of calm gets buried. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, as though life is something happening to you, not something you're steering. But what if that could change? What if, despite the chaos around you, you could cultivate a mindset so unshakable that nothing disturbs your peace? This isn't about avoiding problems or pretending everything is fine. It's about understanding that while you can't control everything that happens, you can control how you respond to it. It's about realizing that real power lies in your ability to choose your thoughts, your reactions, and ultimately, your emotions. This idea isn't new. It's a principle that has been practiced for centuries by some of the wisest minds in history, the Stoics. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from mastering the mind, not from trying to control the uncontrollable. Most people spend their lives chasing external solutions, hoping that if they can just fix their job, their relationships, their finances, or their circumstances, they'll finally feel at peace. But what happens when these things slip out of your grasp? When the job changes, when relationships shift, when life takes unexpected turns? If your peace is tied to these external factors, you'll constantly be at their mercy. Stoicism offers a different path, one where your inner calm becomes unbreakable because it's no longer tied to anything outside of you. It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of emotions, to feel that your reactions are automatic, uncontrollable. Anger flares up when someone criticizes you. Anxiety creeps in when things don't go as planned. Frustration boils over when life feels unfair. These emotions are natural, but they don't have to rule you. You have more control over your mind than you think. And it's not through suppressing or denying your feelings, but through understanding them and choosing not to be controlled by them. Think about the last time something small ruined your day. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or you had a disagreement with a colleague. It's easy to let moments like these take over, turning a few seconds of frustration into hours of stress. But what if, in that moment, you could pause and realize that this situation doesn't have the power to control your peace? What if you could train your mind to remain calm, even when things go wrong? The great Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, believed that this kind of mental mastery is not only possible, but essential to living a fulfilling life. They knew that the world is unpredictable, full of things beyond our control, from the weather to the economy to other people's behavior. What they taught was a way to find stability within yourself, a way to create a calm center in the middle of life's storms. This is what sets Stoicism apart from other philosophies. Its focus on practical daily actions that build mental resilience. Building this kind of inner strength doesn't happen overnight. It's like training a muscle. Just as you wouldn't expect to lift heavy weights on your first day at the gym, you can't expect to master your mind without practice. But every small step, every time you choose not to react impulsively, every time you let go of something you can't control, brings you closer to that unshakable calm. In a world that often feels chaotic, Stoicism offers a sense of stability. It reminds you that while you can't control everything, you can control how you experience life. And that's where your true power lies. The Stoics understood that real strength isn't about being unaffected by hardship. It's about remaining steady through it. It's not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with a calm, focused mind. You might be wondering how this is possible when emotions seem so automatic. It's important to know that Stoicism doesn't ask you to ignore your emotions. Instead, it teaches you to acknowledge them without letting them take over. When you feel anger, frustration, or fear, you recognize it, but you don't have to be ruled by it. You understand that these feelings are temporary and they don't define you. This kind of mental mastery transforms the way you approach life. Instead of reacting to every challenge, you respond with intention. Instead of getting caught up in stress, you focus on what you can control and release the rest. And in that process, you find a peace that isn't dependent on circumstances. It's a peace that comes from knowing that you are in control of yourself, no matter what happens. The beauty of Stoicism is that it doesn't require you to change the world around you. It's not about waiting for things to get easier. It's about changing how you approach the world, shifting your mindset so that you become the calm in the center of the storm. It's about taking control of the one thing you truly have power over, your mind. What does this look like in everyday life? It means letting go of the need to control others and accepting them as they are. It means not being swayed by praise or criticism, because your worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. It means choosing to remain calm in situations that would normally trigger stress or frustration. And most importantly, it means understanding that your inner peace is yours to protect, no matter what life throws at you. As you start this journey, know that you're not alone. The Stoics walked this path centuries ago, and their wisdom has stood the test of time. Their teachings offer a roadmap to mastering your mind, to finding freedom in a world that often feels out of control. The lessons are simple, but they're not always easy. It takes practice, patience, and a commitment to growth. But with each step, you'll find yourself moving closer to the kind of peace that can't be shaken by life's ups and downs. This is about more than just getting through difficult situations. It's about thriving in them. It's about developing a mindset that allows you to face life with calm, confidence, and clarity. And once you've built this kind of mental mastery, you'll find that nothing, no event, no person, no circumstance can disturb your peace. You'll be free, truly free, because you'll have mastered the one thing that matters most, your mind. In this video, we'll explore how to achieve that level of mastery, drawing on Stoic principles to build a mindset that remains calm, focused, and unshakable. The journey begins with understanding your own mind, recognizing the power you hold over your thoughts and reactions, and using that power to create a life of inner peace and resilience. Let's begin. The path to mental mastery is not one of quick fixes or shortcuts. It requires deep, consistent work on yourself, but the rewards are immense. When you take control of your mind, you stop being a prisoner to your emotions, reactions, and the unpredictable nature of the world around you. There's a kind of power that comes from mastering your thoughts, a power that gives you freedom, peace, and a sense of purpose that isn't shaken by what happens in life. This is the essence of Stoicism, not just to survive in a chaotic world, but to thrive with an inner calm that no external force can disrupt. Mental mastery is the art of gaining control over how you process everything life throws your way. This control doesn't mean shutting off your feelings or pretending that you're unaffected by hardship. It means cultivating a mindset where, no matter what happens, you remain steady, focused, and at peace. This doesn't happen by chance. It's built through Stoic principles that teach us how to manage our emotions, react calmly in adversity, and develop a deep understanding of what we can and cannot control. The first step to mastering your mind is learning to separate what's within your control from what isn't. Many of us spend our lives chasing outcomes or trying to change things that are beyond our influence. We feel frustrated when people don't act the way we want, anxious when events don't go as planned, or angry when life seems unfair. These reactions drain our energy and lead to unnecessary suffering. The Stoics teach that we should focus solely on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and let go of the rest. Mastering your mind means embracing this truth. You have no power over external events, but you have complete power over how you respond to them. Once you accept that, a huge weight is lifted. You stop fighting reality and begin working with it. You realize that your peace doesn't depend on what happens outside of you, but on how you choose to interpret and react to those events. Developing this mindset is the key to emotional freedom. By choosing to focus only on what you can control, you eliminate a lot of stress, anxiety, and frustration from your life. This doesn't mean life will suddenly become easy, but it does mean that you'll stop wasting energy on things that are out of your hands. Instead, you'll be able to direct that energy toward things that truly matter: your actions, your choices, and how you treat others. One of the most important tools in achieving mental mastery is self-awareness. The Stoics believed that by becoming more aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can better control them. This requires a level of honesty with yourself, being able to admit when your emotions are clouding your judgment or when your mind is getting stuck on things outside of your control. Self-awareness allows you to take a step back and observe your thoughts without being controlled by them. This level of self-awareness doesn't come naturally. It takes practice. You have to train your mind to recognize when it's wandering into unhelpful territory, whether that's dwelling on the past, worrying about the future, or getting caught up in negative emotions. When you catch yourself in these moments, you can gently bring your focus back to the present, to the things that you can actually influence. This constant practice of returning to the present moment builds your mental strength. Another crucial aspect of mental mastery is learning to remain calm in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches that hardship is a part of life, and it's how we respond to it that defines us. Many people get overwhelmed by difficult situations, letting their emotions take over. But by training your mind to remain calm and composed, even when things are tough, you develop resilience. This doesn't mean you won't feel emotions like anger, sadness, or fear. It means that these emotions won't control your actions. Staying calm in difficult times is about perspective. The Stoics often reminded themselves that every challenge is an opportunity to practice their virtues, whether it's patience, courage, or wisdom. Instead of seeing obstacles as problems, they saw them as chances to grow stronger. This shift in perspective is powerful. When you view adversity as something that can make you better, you stop fearing it. Letting go of what you can't control is one of the hardest lessons to learn, but it's also one of the most freeing. Many of us hold on to the idea that if we just try hard enough, we can force things to go our way. But Stoicism teaches us that this mindset leads to frustration and suffering. Instead, we should focus on what we can control: our attitudes, our decisions, and our actions, and let go of the need to control everything else. Building mental mastery also involves cultivating indifference to external outcomes. This doesn't mean not caring about what happens in life, but rather not letting your happiness or peace of mind depend on outcomes that are beyond your control. The Stoics taught that true contentment comes from within, from knowing that you've done your best, regardless of how things turn out. When you develop this kind of detachment, you stop riding the emotional roller coaster of life's ups and downs. Part of this indifference comes from recognizing that praise and criticism are just two sides of the same coin. Most people spend their lives chasing approval and fearing judgment. But the Stoics believed that the opinions of others have no real impact on your worth. You are not defined by what others think of you, and their praise or criticism is out of your control. True mental mastery comes when you stop letting other people's opinions dictate your sense of self-worth. To achieve mental mastery, it's also essential to develop emotional balance. This means not being carried away by extreme highs or lows. When something good happens, you enjoy it without becoming overly attached to it. When something bad happens, you feel it without letting it consume you. Stoicism teaches that emotions are natural, but it's important not to let them run your life. By practicing emotional balance, you maintain a steady, calm state of mind, no matter what's happening around you. Mental mastery involves training your mind to focus on what truly matters. It's easy to get distracted by the noise of the world, endless news cycles, social media, other people's drama. But the Stoics taught that we should keep our attention on our values and goals. By focusing on what's important and ignoring the distractions, you strengthen your mental discipline and create a life that reflects your true priorities. As you continue on the path of mental mastery, you'll find that it becomes easier to manage your thoughts and emotions. The more you practice, the more natural it feels to remain calm, focused, and steady in any situation. This is the ultimate goal of Stoicism, to develop a mind so strong and so well trained that nothing can shake it. Achieving this level of mastery takes time and effort, but the rewards are worth it. You'll feel more in control of your life, less stressed by things outside your control, and more at peace with yourself and the world around you. You'll stop being a victim of your circumstances and start taking charge of how you experience life. Each day presents opportunities to practice mental mastery. Whether it's dealing with a difficult person, facing a challenging situation, or managing your own internal struggles, every moment is a chance to strengthen your mind. By applying the principles of Stoicism, you can develop the kind of mental resilience that allows you to face life's challenges with grace and calm. One of the most profound aspects of mental mastery is the sense of freedom it brings. When you stop being controlled by external events and other people's opinions, you feel liberated. You realize that nothing outside of you has the power to dictate your emotions or your peace of mind. This freedom is the foundation of a fulfilling, meaningful life. As you continue to develop mental mastery, you'll notice that your relationships improve as well. When you're no longer reacting emotionally to every slight or misunderstanding, you're able to communicate more clearly and effectively. You become more patient, more understanding, and more compassionate, both with yourself and with others. Achieving mental mastery isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you catch yourself reacting emotionally and choose a different path, you're strengthening your mind. Every time you let go of something you can't control, you're building resilience. It's a lifelong practice, but one that leads to greater peace, freedom, and happiness. By embracing the principles of Stoicism and applying them in your daily life, you can achieve a level of mental mastery that allows you to remain steady in the face of life's storms. It's not about avoiding challenges or emotions. It's about learning to navigate them with strength, clarity, and calm. As you master your mind, you'll discover a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. You'll realize that true happiness doesn't come from external success or validation, but from the peace and strength that comes from within. This is the power of Stoicism, the ability to face life with an unshakable calm, knowing that no matter what happens, you are in control of your mind, your emotions, and your life. Now that you've begun to grasp the foundations of mental mastery, it's time to delve deeper into one of the most critical aspects of Stoic philosophy: how to remain unshaken in the face of adversity. Life is full of moments that test our strength, times when the world seems to be closing in, when nothing goes as planned, when hardship feels overwhelming. But what if these moments didn't have to break you? What if, instead of crumbling under pressure, you could stand firm, unwavering, no matter what challenges arise? This is the essence of Stoic resilience. In the midst of adversity, most people react with fear, frustration, or panic. These emotions, while natural, often cloud judgment and make situations worse. The Stoic approach is different. It's about training your mind to remain calm, collected, and focused, even when life gets tough. This isn't about suppressing emotions, but about responding to difficulties with wisdom and clarity. Stoicism teaches that adversity is not something to fear, but an opportunity to grow. When you learn to face hardship with a steady mind, you transform obstacles into stepping stones. The first key to remaining unshaken in adversity is perspective. Stoics believe that how you see a situation determines how you feel about it. When faced with difficulty, many people magnify the problem in their minds, making it seem insurmountable. But by taking a step back and viewing the situation through a wider lens, you begin to see that most problems aren't as overwhelming as they appear. This shift in perspective allows you to respond more rationally rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or frustration. Adversity is inevitable, but how you choose to interpret it is entirely within your control. Instead of seeing challenges as disasters, Stoicism encourages you to see them as part of life's natural flow. Difficult times are not punishments or misfortunes. They are simply part of the human experience. This mindset doesn't mean that adversity becomes easy, but it does mean that you stop viewing it as something unfair or personal. With this shift in thinking, you remove the emotional weight from adversity, allowing you to face it with greater composure. Another essential principle in Stoicism is the idea that you cannot control external events, but you can control how you respond to them. Adversity often feels overwhelming because people try to control things they simply can't. Whether it's the actions of others, unpredictable events, or circumstances beyond your influence, trying to control these things only leads to frustration and disappointment. The Stoic way is to focus your energy on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. This focus brings a sense of peace, even in the midst of chaos. When adversity strikes, it's easy to feel like a victim, as though life is happening to you. Stoicism teaches that no matter how difficult the situation, you always have the power to choose how you respond. This choice is your greatest strength. You may not be able to change the situation itself, but you can decide how to face it with courage, patience, and clarity. By taking ownership of your responses, you reclaim your power, even in the most challenging of circumstances. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of accepting reality. Many people struggle against adversity because they refuse to accept what is happening. They fight against reality, wishing things were different, hoping the situation would change. But this resistance only adds to their suffering. The Stoics teach that true strength comes from accepting reality as it is, without resistance. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing the situation for what it is, and then deciding how to move forward. Once you accept the reality of the situation, you can begin to focus on what you can do. Adversity often brings feelings of helplessness, but there is always something within your power. It might be a small action, a shift in attitude, or a decision to endure with grace. By focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't, you regain a sense of control and purpose. This is the heart of Stoic resilience, finding strength in what you can control and letting go of the rest. One of the most powerful tools for remaining unshaken in adversity is the practice of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils. This Stoic exercise involves mentally preparing for difficult situations before they arise. By considering the potential challenges you might face, you become less surprised and more prepared when adversity strikes. This doesn't mean you should dwell on negative outcomes, but rather that you should be mentally equipped to handle them. When you expect adversity as part of life, you're less likely to be thrown off course when it arrives. Adversity often brings fear, the fear of failure, the fear of loss, the fear of pain. But Stoicism teaches that fear is often more harmful than the adversity itself. The mind tends to imagine the worst possible outcomes, which amplifies fear and anxiety. By practicing Stoic mindfulness, you learn to recognize these fear-driven thoughts and stop them from spiraling out of control. Instead of letting fear dominate your mind, you train yourself to focus on the present moment and what you can do right now to move forward. Another crucial aspect of Stoic resilience is developing emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means learning to separate your emotions from your actions. When faced with adversity, emotions like anger, frustration, or sadness are natural, but they don't have to dictate your behavior. By practicing emotional detachment, you acknowledge these feelings without letting them control you. This allows you to respond with reason and clarity rather than being swept away by emotional reactions. Stoicism also teaches that adversity can be a teacher. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of seeing hardship as something to avoid, Stoics embrace it as a chance to practice their virtues, whether that's patience, courage, or perseverance. This doesn't mean that adversity becomes easy, but it does mean that you stop seeing it as something to fear or dread. With each challenge, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of facing whatever life brings. One of the most valuable lessons in Stoicism is the understanding that adversity is temporary. No matter how difficult a situation may seem, it will pass. The Stoics often reminded themselves of the transient nature of all things, both good and bad. By keeping this in mind, you can remain calm and steady during tough times, knowing that the difficulty you're facing won't last forever. This perspective gives you the strength to endure even the hardest moments. Adversity also has a way of revealing what truly matters in life. When you're faced with hardship, many of the things you once worried about seem insignificant. Stoicism encourages you to focus on what's truly important: your character, your relationships, your inner peace. These are the things that remain constant, even in the face of adversity. By prioritizing what matters most, you gain a sense of purpose and direction, even in challenging times. Stoicism teaches that adversity is not a punishment or misfortune, it is a natural part of life. Everyone experiences hardship, and trying to avoid it only leads to more suffering. Instead of running from adversity, the Stoic approach is to face it head-on, with courage and resilience. This mindset transforms how you view challenges. Rather than seeing them as obstacles, you see them as opportunities to grow and become stronger. Remaining unshaken in the face of adversity requires mental discipline. It's easy to let your thoughts spiral out of control when things go wrong. But by training your mind to stay focused and calm, you prevent negative thoughts from taking over. This discipline comes from daily practice, whether it's through meditation, reflection, or simply reminding yourself of what you can control. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to remain steady in difficult times. Another important aspect of Stoic resilience is the concept of amor fati, or love of fate. This idea encourages you to embrace everything that happens, both good and bad, as part of your life's journey. Instead of wishing things were different, You learn to love your fate, no matter what it brings. This doesn't mean passively accepting every hardship, but rather seeing every event as necessary for your growth and development. By loving your fate, you stop resisting life and start working with it. Stoicism also teaches the importance of inner peace. In times of adversity, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and anxious, but by cultivating a sense of inner peace, you create a calm center within yourself that remains steady, even when the world around you is chaotic. This inner peace comes from knowing that you have the strength to face whatever life brings, and that no external event can take away your sense of self. The Stoics believed that adversity is a test of your character. When things are going well, it's easy to stay calm and composed. But when adversity strikes, your true nature is revealed. Stoicism teaches that the challenges you face are opportunities to prove your strength and integrity. By remaining unshaken in the face of hardship, you demonstrate your resilience and commitment to living a virtuous life. One of the greatest gifts of Stoicism is the ability to remain hopeful even in the darkest times. Adversity can feel overwhelming, but Stoicism reminds you that no matter how difficult things get, there is always a way forward. By focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't, you find the strength to keep moving, even when the path is hard. This hope is not based on wishful thinking, but on the knowledge that you have the inner resources to handle whatever life brings. Stoicism also teaches that you are not alone in your struggles. Every human being faces adversity, and you are part of a larger human experience. This sense of connection can provide comfort in difficult times. Knowing that others have faced similar challenges and emerged stronger can give you the strength to keep going. The Stoics often reflected on the lives of those who had gone before them, drawing inspiration from their resilience. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, you can develop the kind of mental resilience that allows you to remain unshaken in the face of adversity. This doesn't mean that life will become easy or that you'll never face hardship again, but it does mean that you'll have the tools and mindset to face those challenges with courage, clarity, and calm. As we move deeper into the teachings of Stoicism, it's essential to understand one of its most profound lessons: the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. The previous discussions on resilience and facing adversity build the foundation for this next crucial step. It is here that we truly begin to see why Stoics emphasize mastering your reactions rather than trying to manipulate or control the world around you. This principle lies at the heart of Stoicism and is the key to achieving inner peace and true strength. Life presents us with countless events that unfold without our input, whether it's the behavior of others, the outcomes of decisions, or the random occurrences that shape our day-to-day lives. These external events can easily cause distress if we feel a need to manage or change them. The Stoics recognized this truth and offered a liberating solution: focus solely on controlling how you respond, not the events themselves. The difference between a life of anxiety and a life of peace often comes down to this realization. It's easy to become consumed by frustration when things don't go the way we hoped. You plan, you work hard, and yet the result may be out of your hands. This struggle against reality is what causes much of our suffering. Stoicism teaches that external events are simply the circumstances we encounter. They are neutral in themselves. The only thing that gives them meaning is how we interpret and react to them. In focusing on your reaction, rather than the event, you regain control over your own state of mind, which leads to a more peaceful and centered life. When you understand that external events are beyond your control, a sense of relief can wash over you. You stop expending mental energy on trying to alter what cannot be changed. Instead, you redirect your focus inward, refining how you respond to challenges, setbacks, and even success. This shift in attention is empowering. No longer are you at the mercy of every twist and turn in life, but instead you stand anchored in the one thing you have dominion over: your reactions. Every day brings new uncertainties. People may act unpredictably. Circumstances may shift in ways you couldn't foresee. Stoicism doesn't deny the impact of these events, but teaches that their impact on you is largely dependent on how you choose to engage with them. In moments of stress, many allow their emotions to take the lead, responding with anger, frustration, or disappointment. But the Stoic approach asks you to pause, reflect, and choose your response consciously. It's not the event that causes distress, but the interpretation you place upon it. One of the central insights of Stoicism is that no external force has the power to control your peace of mind unless you allow it. This doesn't mean you won't feel emotions or experience initial reactions to events. Those are natural and part of being human. However, what happens next is within your control. Do you let those initial reactions take over, or do you step back and decide how you want to handle the situation? This decision-making process is where real strength lies, and it's where you begin to master your reactions. Many of life's frustrations stem from wanting things to be different from how they are. When you expect others to behave a certain way, or hope that circumstances will always turn out in your favor, you set yourself up for disappointment. Stoicism teaches the importance of accepting the present moment as it is. Once you accept that the external world operates independently of your desires, you can begin to focus on what truly matters, how you navigate that world with wisdom and grace. The Stoics were wise in understanding that external events are indifferent. Whether good or bad, these events hold no inherent power over you. Their impact depends entirely on the meaning you assign to them. By practicing control over your reactions, you no longer ride the emotional roller coaster of life's highs and lows. Instead, you find stability in knowing that your inner world remains untouched by the shifting currents of external forces. One of the most valuable exercises in Stoicism is reflecting on past events that once seemed overwhelming. With distance, we often see that these events weren't as catastrophic as they felt at the time. This perspective highlights how much our initial reactions can exaggerate the seriousness of a situation. By mastering your responses in the present, you prevent unnecessary stress and anxiety from taking over. The more you practice this, the more naturally it becomes a part of your daily life. Learning to control your reactions isn't about suppressing your emotions. Stoicism doesn't teach emotional numbness. Instead, it's about understanding that emotions are a natural part of life, but that they don't have to dictate your actions. Anger, sadness, and fear are inevitable, but by mastering your reactions, you ensure that these emotions don't lead you to decisions you'll later regret. Stoic control is not denial. It's deliberate action in the face of emotion. This mastery of reactions brings clarity. When you no longer react impulsively to external events, you begin to see situations more clearly. You can analyze what's happening without the cloud of emotional turmoil. This clarity allows you to make better decisions, act more thoughtfully, and respond in ways that align with your values. It also brings a profound sense of calm, knowing that you're not swayed by every challenge or change in circumstance. Throughout life, we will inevitably face difficulties, from personal losses to professional setbacks. In these moments, it's natural to want to change what's happening. But Stoicism offers a different perspective. Instead of trying to change the event itself, change how you approach it. This shift in mindset is transformative. You realize that, while you cannot alter external realities, you have full control over how you internalize and respond to them. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to practice this control. When you find yourself in a situation where things aren't going as planned, Take a step back and remind yourself that the event itself is neutral. It's how you choose to respond that determines its effect on you. This mental practice becomes easier over time, and soon you'll find that situations that once caused you distress no longer have the same power over your peace of mind. The ability to control your reactions extends to how you deal with other people's behavior. We often get upset when others don't act the way we expect or want. Stoicism teaches that just as we can't control events, we can't control others. People will act according to their own nature, beliefs and circumstances, and trying to change them only leads to frustration. Instead, focus on how you respond. By accepting that others are outside of your control, you free yourself from the emotional burden of trying to influence their actions. This principle applies not only to difficult people, but also to positive interactions. When someone praises or supports you, it feels good, but Stoicism reminds us not to let external validation define our sense of worth. Just as negative behavior doesn't diminish your value, positive behavior doesn't increase it. Your worth is not contingent on the actions of others, and by controlling your reactions, you remain steady in your own self-assurance. Control over reactions doesn't just affect how you handle conflict or adversity, it also transforms how you experience joy and success. When good things happen, it's natural to feel happiness, but Stoicism teaches moderation. By not becoming overly attached to positive outcomes, you protect yourself from disappointment if those outcomes change. This doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy success or happiness, but rather that you should maintain balance, knowing that external events are always in flux. Stoicism's focus on controlling reactions also speaks to how we manage failure. Failure, like adversity, is inevitable, but it's not the failure itself that causes harm, it's how we respond to it. Many people let failure define them, leading to feelings of worthlessness or defeat. But the Stoics saw failure as a natural part of growth. By controlling your reactions to failure, you can learn from it, adapt, and move forward without letting it undermine your self-confidence. In the same way, controlling your reactions helps you maintain resilience. Life can be unpredictable, with challenges coming from unexpected directions. The Stoics teach that resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about facing it with a calm and controlled mind. When you learn to control your reactions, you become more resilient because you're no longer overwhelmed by the chaos around you. Instead, you face each challenge with composure, knowing that while you can't control the storm, you can control how you navigate it. This resilience also builds over time. Each time you choose to control your reactions instead of being controlled by them, you strengthen your mental fortitude. You develop a deeper sense of self-discipline, which serves you not just in moments of adversity, but in everyday life. This discipline allows you to approach life's challenges with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the ability to respond with strength and grace. Mastering your reactions also leads to better relationships. When you no longer react impulsively to others, you create space for understanding and communication. Instead of letting emotions drive your interactions, you approach conversations and conflicts with a level-headedness that fosters respect and connection. People are drawn to those who remain calm under pressure, and by controlling your reactions, you not only improve your own peace of mind, but also create healthier, more positive relationships. The practice of controlling your reactions also brings a deeper sense of freedom. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you liberate yourself from the constant stress and frustration that comes from battling external forces. This freedom is not about giving up. It's about letting go of the need to control things that were never yours to control in the first place. In doing so, you create more space for joy, contentment, and inner peace. By focusing on controlling your reactions, you develop an inner strength that carries you through all of life's challenges. This strength doesn't come from changing the world around you, but from changing how you engage with it. It's a quiet, steady power that grows each time you choose to respond with clarity and calm, rather than reacting impulsively. And over time, this power becomes the foundation of a life lived with intention, purpose, and true freedom. As you continue to practice this principle, you'll find that the events that once seemed overwhelming no longer have the same effect on you. Whether it's a difficult situation at work, a personal loss, or even the everyday stresses of life, you'll begin to respond with a level of composure that allows you to navigate these challenges without losing your inner peace. This is the essence of Stoicism, the understanding that while you can't control the world, you can control how you move through it. In mastering your reactions, you also cultivate a sense of gratitude. By focusing on what you can control, you stop wasting energy on things that are beyond your reach. This shift in focus allows you to appreciate the present moment and recognize the opportunities within every situation. Gratitude becomes a natural outcome of this practice as you begin to see that, even in difficult times, there is always something within your power to be thankful for. Ultimately, controlling your reactions is about taking responsibility for your own life. It's about recognizing that, while you can't change everything that happens to you, you have complete control over how you respond. This responsibility is empowering because it means that no matter what external forces come your way, you are the author of your own story. And with that power comes the freedom to live a life of purpose, resilience, and inner peace. With a firm understanding of how to control your reactions rather than the events around you, the natural progression leads us to a deeper question. How do we build the kind of mental resilience that allows us to consistently put these Stoic principles into practice? It's one thing to know that we should control our responses, but quite another to develop the inner strength necessary to do so. This resilience is not something that happens overnight. It's forged through daily practice, through small decisions and shifts in perspective. Stoicism offers powerful tools for strengthening the mind so that it remains unshaken, even in the toughest of circumstances. Resilience begins with cultivating a mindset that views challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Life is unpredictable, and adversity is inevitable. The difference between those who are broken by hardship and those who rise stronger lies in their ability to see beyond the immediate discomfort. When hardship strikes, many people become trapped in feelings of frustration or helplessness. But Stoicism teaches that these moments, difficult as they are also the moments when true resilience is built. Every challenge is an opportunity to test and strengthen the mind. To build resilience, one must learn to anticipate hardship. This doesn't mean dwelling on negativity, but rather preparing oneself mentally for the inevitable ups and downs of life. The Stoics practiced what is known as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. They would reflect on potential difficulties they might face in the future, not to invite anxiety, but to lessen the shock when those challenges arrived. By contemplating adversity in advance, they were less likely to be caught off guard and more equipped to respond with calmness and clarity. This mental preparation is a form of armor. When you accept that life will bring its share of hardship, you become less vulnerable to the emotional turbulence that often accompanies unexpected difficulties. Instead of reacting with surprise or panic, you face each challenge with a steady mind, ready to adapt and endure. This proactive mindset shifts the way you approach difficulties, turning them into stepping stones for growth rather than stumbling blocks. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is that suffering comes not from the events themselves, but from how we interpret them. Resilience, therefore, begins in the mind. It's about learning to view hardship through a lens of opportunity rather than misfortune. This shift in perception is crucial because it puts you in control. You may not be able to avoid difficult circumstances, but you can control how you interpret and respond to them. With each hardship, you have a choice: to let it break you or to let it strengthen you. Building mental resilience also involves embracing discomfort rather than avoiding it. Many people spend their lives seeking comfort, believing that happiness lies in avoiding pain or hardship. But Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from facing discomfort head-on. Whether it's physical discomfort, emotional pain, or the stress of difficult situations, each moment of discomfort is a chance to build resilience. By willingly confronting discomfort, you train your mind to remain calm and steady, no matter what challenges arise. The practice of voluntary discomfort is another powerful Stoic tool for building resilience. Stoics would often expose themselves to minor discomforts, such as fasting, enduring cold, or sleeping on the floor, not to punish themselves, but to train their minds to withstand hardship. By practicing in small, controlled ways, they prepared themselves for larger challenges. This practice teaches you that you are stronger than you think, and that many of the things you fear, hunger, discomfort, uncertainty, are not as overwhelming as they may seem. Resilience also grows through self-discipline. The Stoics believed that discipline of the mind and body was essential to achieving inner strength. When you consistently practice self-control, whether by managing your emotions, curbing impulsive behaviors, or adhering to your values, you build the mental muscles necessary for resilience. Each small act of discipline strengthens your ability to remain steadfast in the face of larger challenges. Over time, this discipline becomes second nature, allowing you to navigate even the most difficult situations with clarity and composure. A key component of building mental resilience is developing the ability to detach from outcomes. Many people place their happiness and sense of fulfillment in the results of their actions. When things go as planned, they feel successful and content. When things don't, they feel defeated. Stoicism teaches that true resilience comes from focusing not on the outcome, but on the effort you put into your actions. By detaching from results and focusing on the process, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster that often accompanies success or failure. This detachment doesn't mean apathy or lack of ambition. It means understanding that the only thing you can control is your own effort. The outcome is determined by forces beyond your control. By accepting this truth, you build resilience because you're no longer tied to the highs and lows of external results. Your inner strength comes from knowing that you did your best, regardless of how things turned out. Another aspect of Stoic resilience is learning to adapt. Life is constantly changing, and those who resist change often suffer the most. Resilience isn't about rigidly holding on to a specific plan or outcome. It's about remaining flexible and open to whatever life brings. The Stoics likened this to a tree bending in the wind. If it's too rigid, it breaks, but if it's flexible, it bends and survives. Mental resilience is about finding that flexibility within yourself, adapting to circumstances without losing your sense of purpose or direction. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on the present moment. Many people become overwhelmed by worrying about the future or regretting the past. This constant mental time travel drains their resilience, leaving them more vulnerable to stress and anxiety. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you build the mental fortitude to handle whatever is happening right now, without being pulled in different directions by thoughts of what could have been or what might be. Resilience is also built through a deep understanding of impermanence. The Stoics believed that everything in life is temporary: our successes, our failures, our joys, and our pains. By recognizing the fleeting nature of all things, You gain a sense of perspective that allows you to weather life's storms with greater ease. When you understand that adversity, like everything else, will eventually pass, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by it. This perspective allows you to remain calm and centered, even in the midst of difficulty. Another important practice for building resilience is gratitude. Stoicism teaches that, even in the face of hardship, there is always something to be grateful for. This doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties in your life, but rather shifting your focus to what remains good, even in tough times. Gratitude strengthens resilience by reminding you that there is always something positive to hold on to, no matter how small. It helps you see beyond the immediate challenge and keeps your mind anchored in the bigger picture. Resilience is not a solitary pursuit. The Stoics believed in the importance of community and connection. When you surround yourself with people who share your values and support your growth, you become stronger. Resilience grows through the support of others, whether it's family, friends, or mentors. In moments of hardship, having a strong support network can make the difference between feeling overwhelmed and finding the strength to persevere. At the same time, Stoicism teaches the importance of self-reliance. While community is valuable, true resilience comes from knowing that, at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own mind and actions. No one else can build your resilience for you. It's something that grows within you, through your own choices and efforts. This self-reliance empowers you to face challenges head-on, knowing that you have the inner resources to handle whatever comes your way. Resilience also requires self-compassion. Many people are their own harshest critics, especially when they face failure or setbacks. But Stoicism teaches that resilience isn't about being perfect. It's about persevering despite imperfection. When you practice self-compassion, you allow yourself to make mistakes without being consumed by guilt or self-criticism. This kindness toward yourself strengthens your ability to bounce back from failure and continue moving forward. The Stoics often reflected on the inevitability of hardship and death, not to dwell on dark thoughts, but to strengthen their resolve. By contemplating the fact that life is finite, they developed a sense of urgency and purpose that fueled their resilience. When you understand that your time is limited, you become more focused on what truly matters and less likely to be derailed by trivial setbacks. This perspective builds resilience by helping you prioritize what's important in the face of life's challenges. Resilience also comes from learning to let go of what you can't control. Many people waste mental energy trying to change things that are beyond their influence, whether it's other people's behavior, past mistakes, or the future. Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from focusing on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and responses, and letting go of everything else. This practice of letting go brings a deep sense of peace and freedom, which in turn strengthens your resilience. Building resilience through Stoicism is a gradual process. It's not about waiting for adversity to test your strength, but about cultivating that strength every day through small acts of discipline, reflection, and mindfulness. Each time you practice these principles, you reinforce your mental resilience, making it easier to face life's challenges with grace and composure. Over time, you'll notice that the situations that once caused you stress or anxiety no longer have the same power over you. You'll approach difficulties with a calm confidence, knowing that you have the tools to handle whatever comes your way. This is the ultimate goal of building resilience through Stoic practices, to develop an unshakable mind that remains strong and steady, no matter what life throws at you. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship or suppressing your emotions. It's about facing difficulties with courage, clarity, and a deep sense of purpose. By consistently practicing Stoic principles, you build the kind of mental resilience that allows you to thrive in the face of adversity. This resilience doesn't come from external circumstances, but from the strength you cultivate within yourself. As you continue to build this resilience, you'll find that your capacity for growth and endurance expands. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone, each setback an opportunity to refine your character and strengthen your mind. This is the essence of Stoic resilience, transforming hardship into fuel for personal growth and achieving a level of mental strength that remains unshaken in the face of life's uncertainties. As the process of building resilience strengthens your mind, another essential Stoic practice comes into focus: emotional detachment. While resilience allows you to face hardship with strength, emotional detachment ensures that you maintain peace within, regardless of what happens around you. This practice is often misunderstood, but in truth, it is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating lasting inner calm. Stoicism teaches that by detaching from your emotional reactions, you free yourself from the turmoil that often accompanies life's ups and downs. This detachment is not about becoming cold or indifferent, but about finding a deep, unshakable peace that is rooted in your ability to rise above emotional chaos. Emotional detachment does not mean shutting yourself off from feeling. Emotions are a natural part of being human. You will experience anger, sadness, joy, and fear, but detachment allows you to feel these emotions without being consumed by them. It is the practice of observing your emotions without letting them dictate your actions or disrupt your peace of mind. This form of detachment brings clarity, allowing you to respond to situations with reason and wisdom rather than being swept away by emotional impulses. In a world where emotions often drive decisions, detachment offers a profound sense of freedom. Most people find themselves reacting to situations based on how they feel in the moment. If something makes them angry, they lash out. If something causes fear, they retreat. Stoicism encourages a different approach, one where you recognize the emotion, but you do not let it control you. This kind of detachment gives you the space to make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals, rather than being dictated by fleeting emotional states. Detachment is about maintaining perspective. Many of the things that trigger strong emotional reactions are, when viewed from a distance, relatively insignificant. By practicing emotional detachment, you gain the ability to see events from a broader perspective, understanding that most situations are temporary and do not deserve the intensity of the emotional reactions they often provoke. This perspective allows you to approach life with more balance, reducing the emotional highs and lows that lead to stress and anxiety. One of the greatest benefits of emotional detachment is the sense of calm it brings. When you are no longer ruled by your emotions, you experience a deep inner peace that remains steady even in the face of chaos. This peace comes from knowing that, while emotions may rise and fall, your sense of self and your inner stability remain constant. It is the calm that arises from recognizing that no external event can truly disturb your inner world unless you allow it to. Detachment also helps you manage relationships more effectively. Emotional entanglements often complicate interactions with others, leading to misunderstandings, conflicts, and resentment. By practicing detachment, you can engage with others without being drawn into emotional drama. This doesn't mean you become distant or uncaring. It means you can offer support and compassion without allowing other people's emotions to overwhelm you or dictate your own responses. In this way, detachment strengthens your relationships by creating a healthy balance between connection and independence. Another important aspect of emotional detachment is learning to let go of the need for control. Many people experience emotional distress because they try to control situations or outcomes that are beyond their reach. When things don't go as planned, they feel frustrated, anxious, or disappointed. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from accepting that you cannot control everything and that trying to do so only leads to unnecessary suffering. Detachment allows you to release this need for control, focusing instead on what you can influence, your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. Letting go of attachment to specific outcomes is another powerful way to cultivate inner peace. Many people tie their happiness to the success of certain goals or the fulfillment of particular desires. When these goals are not achieved, they feel a sense of loss or failure. But Stoicism teaches that peace does not come from external achievements, but from within. By detaching from the outcome and focusing on the effort itself, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of success and failure. This detachment doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you stop tying your self-worth and happiness to things outside your control. This principle extends to how you handle praise and criticism. Many people's emotions fluctuate based on how they are perceived by others. They feel elated when praised and devastated when criticized. Stoic detachment teaches that neither praise nor criticism should have the power to disturb your peace. These are external judgments, often influenced by factors beyond your control. By detaching from the need for approval or validation, you develop a sense of inner stability that is not affected by the opinions of others. Emotional detachment also strengthens your ability to navigate difficult situations. When faced with hardship, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the emotions that arise: fear, anger, sadness. But detachment allows you to step back and observe these emotions without letting them take over. This detachment creates space between the emotion and your response, allowing you to choose a course of action that is thoughtful and aligned with your values, rather than one driven by emotional impulses. Stoic detachment teaches that emotions are temporary and ever-changing. By recognizing this, you become less attached to the emotional highs and lows that often dominate daily life. This understanding allows you to maintain a sense of calm even in the midst of intense emotions, knowing that they will pass. Detachment doesn't eliminate emotions, but it puts them into perspective, preventing them from controlling your thoughts and actions. Through emotional detachment, you learn to focus on what truly matters. In a world filled with distractions and emotional triggers, it's easy to get caught up in trivial concerns. Detachment helps you filter out the noise, allowing you to concentrate on what is important: your values, your purpose, and your inner peace. By letting go of emotional attachments to things that don't align with these priorities, you create space for more meaningful pursuits. The practice of detachment also involves accepting impermanence. Everything in life, people, possessions, experiences, is temporary. Emotional attachment to things that are bound to change or disappear only leads to suffering when they are lost. Stoicism teaches that by accepting impermanence and practicing detachment, you can appreciate what you have while it lasts, without becoming overly attached to it. This acceptance brings a sense of peace, knowing that change is a natural part of life. Detachment helps you build emotional resilience. When you are no longer tied to outcomes, possessions, or the approval of others, you become less vulnerable to the emotional pain that often accompanies loss or disappointment. This resilience allows you to face life's challenges with greater strength and stability, knowing that your peace of mind is not dependent on external circumstances. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop allowing things outside your control to disrupt your inner calm. One of the most liberating aspects of emotional detachment is the freedom it brings. When you are no longer controlled by your emotions, you experience a sense of lightness and freedom that is rare in a world dominated by emotional reactivity. This freedom allows you to live more fully in the present moment, unburdened by the weight of emotional attachments. You become free to choose your actions and responses with clarity and purpose, rather than being driven by emotional impulses. Detachment also teaches you to release grudges and resentment. Holding on to past hurts and grievances only poisons your own peace of mind. Stoicism encourages you to let go of these emotional attachments, recognizing that they do nothing to change the past and only harm your present. By practicing detachment, you free yourself from the negative emotions that come with holding on to resentment, allowing you to move forward with a sense of inner peace. Through emotional detachment, you learn to develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. When you are detached from your emotions, you can observe them more clearly, understanding where they come from and how they affect you. This self-awareness is key to personal growth, as it allows you to identify patterns of thought and behavior that may be holding you back. By becoming more aware of your emotional responses, you gain the power to change them, creating a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Detachment is also about embracing neutrality. Stoicism teaches that most things in life are neither inherently good nor bad. They are neutral. It is our emotional attachment to them that gives them a positive or negative charge. By practicing detachment, you learn to see things as they are, without the emotional coloring that often distorts reality. This neutral perspective allows you to approach life with greater clarity and objectivity, free from the emotional biases that often cloud judgment. Detachment strengthens your ability to live in harmony with the present moment. Many people are trapped in emotional reactions to the past or anxieties about the future. Detachment frees you from these emotional chains, allowing you to fully engage with the present. When you are no longer attached to past regrets or future worries, you can focus your energy on what is happening right now, creating a more peaceful and fulfilling life. This practice of detachment doesn't lead to isolation or emotional distance from others. In fact, it allows for deeper, more meaningful connections. When you are no longer emotionally entangled in the outcomes of your relationships, you can engage with others from a place of compassion and understanding rather than neediness or expectation. Detachment allows you to love and support others without being overwhelmed by their emotions or actions. In the face of adversity, emotional detachment is what allows you to remain calm and composed. When you are detached from the emotional weight of the situation, you can think more clearly and make decisions based on reason rather than emotional reactions. This calmness under pressure is one of the most valuable outcomes of Stoic detachment, as it allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Detachment also brings a greater sense of acceptance. Many people struggle emotionally because they resist the realities of life. They want things to be different from how they are. Stoicism teaches that by practicing detachment, you can accept life as it is, without becoming emotionally entangled in the desire for things to be different. This acceptance brings peace, as you stop fighting against reality and instead learn to flow with it. Through detachment, you gain the ability to respond to life's challenges with wisdom rather than impulsivity. Emotional reactivity often leads to poor decisions, as people act out of anger, fear, or frustration. Detachment creates the space for thoughtful reflection, allowing you to respond in ways that are aligned with your values and long-term goals. This thoughtful approach to life is one of the hallmarks of Stoic detachment, as it ensures that your actions are guided by reason rather than emotion. Emotional detachment also helps you develop patience. Many emotional reactions come from impatience, wanting things to happen faster or differently than they are. Detachment allows you to accept the pace of life without becoming emotionally agitated. This patience brings a sense of peace, as you no longer feel rushed or pressured by external circumstances. Instead, you can approach life with calmness and trust in the natural unfolding of events. By practicing detachment, you also learn to embrace uncertainty. Life is full of unknowns, and many people experience emotional distress because they are attached to the idea of certainty and control. Detachment frees you from this need, allowing you to live with uncertainty without fear or anxiety. This acceptance of uncertainty brings a deeper sense of peace, as you no longer feel the need to predict or control the future. The practice of detachment leads to a more balanced life. When you are no longer swayed by the emotional highs and lows of external events, you maintain a sense of equilibrium. This balance allows you to approach life's challenges and joys with the same steady calmness, creating a more peaceful and fulfilling existence. Detachment doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you stop letting your feelings control you. Through emotional detachment, you cultivate a sense of freedom that allows you to live in alignment with your values and purpose. When you are no longer attached to external outcomes, you are free to pursue what truly matters to you without being held back by fear, doubt, or the opinions of others. This freedom is one of the greatest gifts of Stoic detachment, as it allows you to live with purpose and peace, regardless of the circumstances around you. With emotional detachment as a foundation for inner peace, the next logical step in the Stoic journey is learning how to train your mind to remain calm, no matter what life throws your way. Calmness is not an absence of emotion, but a mastery over it, a state of clarity that allows you to respond to challenges with wisdom and purpose, rather than being swept away by fear, anger, or panic. In a world full of distractions and stress, the ability to maintain a calm mind becomes one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It is not something that comes naturally for most, but with Stoic practice, calmness becomes a habit, an anchor in the storm. One of the most important tools for cultivating calm is mindfulness. Stoicism teaches that we should constantly be aware of our thoughts and emotions, recognizing when they begin to spiral out of control. The moment you become aware of a rising tide of anger, frustration, or anxiety, you can pause and refocus. This practice of mindfulness helps you step out of the cycle of reactive thinking and gives you the space to choose how to respond. By observing your thoughts rather than being controlled by them, you begin to develop the mental calmness that Stoics valued so deeply. Training your mind to stay calm starts with controlling your breath. The Stoics believed in the power of the body-mind connection. When faced with stress or challenging situations, your breath can become shallow and rapid, fueling anxiety. By taking deep, steady breaths, you send a signal to your brain that you are in control, calming your nervous system and allowing you to think more clearly. This practice is a simple but effective way to bring immediate calm to moments of tension. It reminds you that, no matter what is happening around you, you have the power to control your inner state. Another key to remaining calm is practicing acceptance. Many people lose their calm because they resist reality. They wish things were different, they fight against what is happening, or they try to change the unchangeable. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from accepting life as it is, not as you wish it to be. When you accept a situation fully, you remove the internal struggle that often leads to stress and frustration. Acceptance doesn't mean you give up. It means you acknowledge what is within your control and what is not, allowing you to focus your energy on what you can change while letting go of the rest. Cultivating calm also involves mastering your expectations. Unrealistic expectations are often the source of disappointment and stress. When you expect life to go smoothly or others to behave in a certain way, you set yourself up for frustration when reality doesn't meet those expectations. The Stoics believed in setting realistic expectations, understanding that life is unpredictable and people are fallible. By lowering your expectations and accepting the uncertainty of life, you maintain a sense of calm even when things don't go as planned. Another way to train your mind to stay calm is through the practice of patience. Patience allows you to take a step back and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. In moments of stress, people often feel an urgency to act immediately, leading to rash decisions or heightened emotional responses. Stoicism teaches that most situations do not require immediate action. By cultivating patience, you create the space to assess the situation calmly, ensuring that your response is measured and aligned with your values. One powerful Stoic practice for maintaining calm is visualization. The Stoics used this technique to prepare themselves for potential challenges. By visualizing difficult situations in advance, you reduce the shock when they actually occur. This mental preparation helps you remain calm because you have already anticipated the difficulties and practiced how you will respond. Visualization trains your mind to expect adversity without being overwhelmed by it, allowing you to face challenges with composure and confidence. To train your mind to remain calm, it's also essential to let go of perfectionism. Many people lose their sense of calm because they strive for perfection, constantly seeking to control every detail or outcome. This pursuit of perfection creates unnecessary stress and frustration, as perfection is rarely achievable. Stoicism teaches that excellence is a worthy goal, but perfection is an illusion. By letting go of the need to be perfect, you free yourself from the pressure that often disrupts your calm, allowing you to approach life's tasks with a sense of ease and acceptance. Another element of calmness is cultivating trust in your own ability to handle whatever comes your way. Often, people become anxious or lose their calm because they doubt their capacity to navigate difficult situations. Stoicism teaches that you have the inner resources to handle any challenge life presents. This confidence in your own resilience is crucial for maintaining calm, as it reminds you that no matter how uncertain or difficult the situation, you have the strength to endure and respond wisely. Stoicism also teaches the value of simplicity in maintaining a calm mind. The more cluttered your life and mind are, the harder it is to stay calm. By simplifying your environment, your responsibilities, and even your thoughts, you create more space for calm to flourish. This practice of simplicity extends to how you think about problems, breaking them down into manageable steps rather than letting them feel overwhelming. Simplicity helps reduce the mental noise that often leads to stress, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Developing calmness also requires practicing self-control. Stoicism teaches that one of the greatest enemies of calm is impulsivity, reacting without thinking or allowing emotions to dictate your actions. By practicing self-control, you train your mind to pause before responding, giving yourself the time to assess the situation and choose the best course of action. Self-control is not about suppressing your emotions, but about directing them wisely, ensuring that your responses are calm and considered rather than impulsive and reactive. Another way to maintain calm is by adopting a long-term perspective. In moments of stress, people often become consumed by the immediate situation, losing sight of the bigger picture. Stoicism encourages you to step back and remember that most challenges are temporary. By keeping a long-term view, you reduce the urgency and intensity of your emotional reactions, allowing you to remain calm even in the face of short-term difficulties. This perspective gives you the emotional distance needed to respond with patience and wisdom. A calm mind is also a mind that knows how to rest. Many people lose their sense of calm because they push themselves too hard, neglecting the need for rest and recovery. Stoicism teaches that taking time to rest and recharge is essential for maintaining mental clarity and calm. Rest is not a luxury, It's a necessity for a balanced and resilient mind. By prioritizing rest, you ensure that you are better equipped to handle life's challenges with calm and composure. Gratitude is another practice that cultivates calmness. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a sense of contentment and peace. Stoicism teaches that gratitude helps you shift your perspective from what is going wrong to what is going right, reducing the stress and anxiety that often accompany difficult situations. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment, allowing you to appreciate the good in your life even when things aren't perfect. Maintaining calm also involves being realistic about what you can handle. Many people become overwhelmed because they take on too much, setting themselves up for stress and burnout. Stoicism teaches the importance of knowing your limits and respecting them. By recognizing when you have reached your capacity and learning to say no when necessary, you protect your peace of mind. This practice ensures that you are not overextended, allowing you to maintain your calm even in the busiest or most demanding times. Another key to calmness is letting go of the fear of failure. Fear is one of the greatest disruptors of peace, often causing people to react with panic or anxiety. Stoicism teaches that failure is a natural part of life and not something to be feared. By embracing the possibility of failure and recognizing that it is often a stepping stone to growth, you free yourself from the anxiety that holds you back. This acceptance brings a deep sense of calm, as you no longer fear the outcomes, but instead focus on the lessons they offer. A calm mind is also a flexible mind. Rigidity in thinking or behavior often leads to frustration when life doesn't go as planned. Stoicism teaches that adaptability is key to maintaining calm. Life is full of unexpected changes, and those who are too rigid in their expectations or plans often struggle to stay calm when things shift. By cultivating flexibility, you learn to adapt to whatever comes your way, maintaining your inner calm even when external circumstances change. Another practice that helps cultivate calm is silence. In a world filled with constant noise and stimulation, the ability to sit in silence is rare but powerful. Stoicism values moments of quiet reflection as a way to center the mind and bring clarity to your thoughts. By embracing silence, you give your mind the space to process emotions, reflect on challenges, and regain your sense of calm. Silence is not emptiness, but a rich space for mental clarity and peace. Calmness is also about letting go of judgment. Often people lose their calm because they judge situations as unfair, wrong, or undeserved. This judgment fuels negative emotions like anger or frustration. Stoicism teaches that the world is neutral. It is our interpretation of events that colors them. By letting go of judgment and accepting situations as they are, without labeling them as good or bad, you maintain your calm. This acceptance allows you to respond to life's challenges with a clear and open mind. Practicing compassion towards yourself is another important aspect of cultivating calmness. Many people are harsh critics of themselves, which leads to inner turmoil and stress. Stoicism teaches that while self-discipline is important, it must be balanced with self-compassion. By being kind to yourself, especially in moments of difficulty, you create an inner environment of calm and acceptance. This self-compassion allows you to recover more quickly from setbacks and approach life with greater ease. Another way to train your mind to stay calm is by practicing detachment from material possessions. Many people's peace of mind is tied to their belongings, leading to stress when those possessions are threatened or lost. Stoicism teaches that material things are temporary and should not be the source of your happiness or calm. By practicing detachment from material wealth, you free yourself from the anxiety that comes with the fear of loss, allowing you to maintain a steady sense of peace regardless of your external circumstances. Developing calmness also involves recognizing the impermanence of all things. Stoicism teaches that everything in life is in a constant state of change. People, situations, emotions. By accepting this impermanence, you reduce the emotional attachment that often leads to anxiety and stress. This acceptance allows you to flow with the changes of life, maintaining your inner calm even as the world around you shifts. It reminds you that nothing is permanent, and therefore nothing should disturb your lasting peace. Another element of calmness is the practice of humility. Many people lose their calm because they are too attached to their ego, reacting strongly when their pride is hurt or when they face criticism. Stoicism teaches that humility is key to maintaining peace. When you let go of the need to protect your ego or prove yourself to others, you free yourself from the emotional reactions that often disrupt your calm. Humility brings a sense of peace, as you no longer feel the need to defend yourself or your image in the face of challenges. Stoicism also teaches that calmness comes from focusing on your values rather than external success. Many people lose their peace of mind because they are chasing external achievements, constantly seeking validation through wealth, status, or accomplishments. This pursuit often leads to stress and dissatisfaction. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from living in alignment with your values. When you focus on what truly matters, integrity, kindness, wisdom, you maintain a sense of calm regardless of external outcomes. In practicing calmness, you also cultivate a sense of trust in the natural order of life. Stoicism teaches that the universe operates according to a higher wisdom, and that everything happens for a reason, even if we do not understand it in the moment. By trusting in this natural order, you reduce the fear and anxiety that often arise from uncertainty. This trust allows you to let go of the need to control everything and instead embrace life with calmness and acceptance. Ultimately, training your mind to stay calm no matter what happens is about creating a mindset that is rooted in inner strength, clarity, and acceptance. It is about developing the mental tools to navigate life's challenges with composure and grace. With each practice, each moment of mindfulness, and each act of self-discipline, you strengthen your ability to remain calm no matter what life brings your way. This calmness is the foundation of a peaceful, resilient, and fulfilled life. Having explored the profound calmness that comes from mastering your reactions and training your mind, it's time to turn to another essential Stoic principle: the power of focus. In a world full of distractions, pressures, and endless demands, the ability to stay focused is what keeps you grounded. Focus is not just about concentrating on tasks, it's about directing your mind toward what truly matters and tuning out the chaos that often surrounds you. This kind of focus is what allows Stoics to remain unaffected by life's unpredictability, staying centered even when the world feels overwhelming. The power of focus begins with knowing where to place your attention. The Stoics understood that what you focus on grows. If your mind is constantly occupied with worries, frustrations, or distractions, those emotions take root and dominate your thinking. But when you choose to focus on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, and your attitude, you regain your power. This practice of deliberately choosing your focus helps you stay grounded in the present moment, no matter how chaotic life may seem. Focus also gives you clarity. When you direct your attention toward what matters most, you cut through the noise of life's distractions and gain a clearer perspective on your goals, your values, and your purpose. This clarity is essential for navigating through the chaos, as it allows you to act with intention rather than reacting impulsively to external pressures. By focusing on your internal compass, you stay on course even when life feels turbulent. One of the greatest challenges to focus is the constant stream of external distractions. From technology to social obligations, the modern world is filled with things that pull your attention in multiple directions. The Stoic approach to focus is about learning to say no to distractions, not just in a physical sense, but mentally as well. By practicing mindfulness and deliberately choosing what to pay attention to, you build the mental discipline needed to stay focused, even in the midst of chaos. A powerful Stoic tool for maintaining focus is prioritization. Life throws countless demands your way, but not all of them are of equal importance. The Stoics believed in focusing on what is essential and letting go of the trivial. This practice of prioritizing helps you conserve your mental energy for what truly matters, ensuring that you don't get lost in the endless stream of insignificant tasks or concerns. By focusing on what's most important, you strengthen your ability to stay steady, even when life feels overwhelming. Another key to maintaining focus is practicing self-discipline. Focus doesn't just happen, it requires effort and commitment. The Stoics taught that self-discipline is the foundation of a focused mind. Each time you resist the pull of distractions or impulses, you strengthen your ability to concentrate on what matters. This discipline not only sharpens your focus, but also builds your resilience, making it easier to stay grounded in the face of life's chaos. Maintaining focus also requires learning to let go of multitasking. While modern society often celebrates the ability to juggle multiple tasks at once, the Stoics understood that true effectiveness comes from concentrating fully on one thing at a time. Multitasking divides your attention, weakens your focus, and increases stress. By focusing on one task with full presence, you not only improve the quality of your work, but also create a sense of calm and clarity that helps you navigate the chaos with greater ease. The power of focus is also tied to the practice of mindfulness. In the chaos of daily life, it's easy to become scattered, with your mind jumping from one thought to the next. Mindfulness teaches you to bring your attention back to the present moment, grounding yourself in what is happening right now. This practice of returning to the present helps you stay focused on what you can control, rather than getting lost in worries about the past or anxieties about the future. Another important aspect of focus is learning to detach from outcomes. Many people become consumed by the desire for specific results, whether in their careers, relationships, or personal goals. This attachment to outcomes often leads to anxiety and distraction, pulling your focus away from the present. Stoicism teaches that while it's important to set goals, your focus should remain on the effort you put into the process, not on the outcome itself. By detaching from results, you free your mind from unnecessary stress and maintain your focus on what is within your control. The Stoics also understood the importance of focusing on virtues. While life's chaos can easily lead you to focus on external achievements or material success, Stoicism encourages you to focus on developing your character. By directing your attention toward virtues like courage, wisdom, patience, and integrity, you cultivate a strong inner foundation that keeps you steady amidst life's uncertainties. This focus on internal growth rather than external validation brings a sense of fulfillment that cannot be shaken by external chaos. Focus is not just about concentrating on specific tasks or goals. It's about aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with your deeper purpose. When your focus is guided by your purpose, you become less susceptible to distractions or external pressures. The Stoics believed that living with purpose requires continuous focus on what truly matters, not just in the moment, but in the long term. This deeper sense of focus helps you rise above the chaos and stay true to your values, even when the world around you feels unstable. Another way to strengthen your focus is by simplifying your life. Many people become overwhelmed because they are trying to focus on too many things at once: careers, relationships, personal goals, societal pressures. The Stoics believed in simplicity, not as a limitation, but as a way to eliminate distractions that pull you away from your core values. By simplifying your commitments and focusing only on what truly aligns with your purpose, you create more mental space for calm and focus. Focus also gives you the power to remain patient. In a fast-paced world, many people feel pressured to achieve success quickly or to solve problems instantly. This impatience often leads to frustration and distraction when things don't move as quickly as expected. Stoicism teaches the value of patience, recognizing that most worthwhile endeavors take time. By focusing on the process rather than rushing toward the result, you maintain your calm and clarity even when progress seems slow. Maintaining focus in the face of adversity is one of the greatest tests of mental strength. When life becomes chaotic, it's easy to lose focus and become consumed by stress or fear. Stoicism teaches that adversity is inevitable, but how you respond to it is within your control. By focusing on what you can do in the present moment, rather than being overwhelmed by the larger challenge, you maintain your sense of purpose and keep moving forward, even in the most difficult times. Focus is also closely linked to perseverance. Life's chaos often presents obstacles that test your determination and resolve. The ability to stay focused on your goals, even when faced with setbacks, is a hallmark of Stoic perseverance. This unwavering focus allows you to push through difficulties without being discouraged or distracted by temporary challenges. Each time you stay focused in the face of adversity, you strengthen your ability to remain steady, no matter what life throws at you. Another practice that helps strengthen focus is gratitude. When life feels chaotic, it's easy to become consumed by what's going wrong, losing sight of the positive aspects of your life. Stoicism teaches that gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, helping you appreciate what you have rather than worrying about what you don't. By focusing on gratitude, you reduce stress and anxiety, allowing you to remain calm and centered even when the world feels overwhelming. Focus also requires emotional regulation. Emotions, especially in times of chaos, can easily pull your attention away from what matters most. Stoicism teaches the importance of acknowledging your emotions without letting them control your focus. By practicing emotional detachment, you create the mental space to concentrate on what is within your control, rather than being distracted by emotional reactions to external events. This practice of emotional regulation helps you stay calm and focused, even in emotionally charged situations. Another key to maintaining focus is embracing flexibility. Life is full of unexpected changes, and rigid thinking can often lead to frustration when things don't go as planned. The Stoics believed in staying focused on your purpose, but with the flexibility to adapt to changing circumstances. This adaptability allows you to maintain your focus even when life throws you off course. By staying flexible in your approach, while remaining focused on your larger goals, you navigate chaos with greater ease. A focused mind is also a disciplined mind. Discipline is what keeps you on track, even when distractions are tempting or when challenges arise. Stoicism teaches that discipline is not about forcing yourself into rigid routines, but about consistently choosing what aligns with your values and purpose. Each time you practice discipline, you reinforce your focus, making it easier to stay steady in the face of life's distractions. Focus also brings with it a sense of inner peace. When you are focused on what truly matters, you let go of the need to control everything around you. This release of control allows you to find peace in the present moment, knowing that you are doing what you can and trusting that the rest will unfold as it should. This peace of mind is one of the most valuable outcomes of focus, as it helps you remain unaffected by life's chaos, no matter how intense it may become. In addition to discipline, focus also requires clarity of mind. Many people lose focus because their minds are cluttered with unnecessary thoughts, worries, or distractions. Stoicism teaches the value of clearing your mind through reflection and mindfulness. By regularly taking time to reflect on your thoughts and intentions, you create mental clarity that strengthens your focus. This clarity allows you to stay aligned with your purpose and maintain calm amidst the chaos. Focus also teaches you to embrace the present moment. Much of life's chaos stems from worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Stoicism encourages you to focus on what is happening right now, recognizing that the present moment is the only one within your control. By bringing your focus back to the present, you free yourself from the distractions of future anxieties or past regrets, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with greater calm and clarity. In maintaining focus, it's also essential to practice forgiveness, both toward yourself and others. Many people lose focus because they become caught up in feelings of guilt, regret, or resentment. Stoicism teaches that holding on to these emotions only distracts you from what truly matters. By practicing forgiveness, you release the emotional burdens that cloud your mind, allowing you to focus on the present with a clear and open heart. The power of focus also extends to how you handle success. While many people think of distractions as negative or stressful events, even success can become a distraction if you become too attached to it. Stoicism teaches that success, like failure, is temporary and should not be the focus of your identity or purpose. By staying focused on your values rather than external achievements, you remain grounded and unaffected by life's ups and downs, even when things are going well. A focused mind is a resilient mind. Life's chaos often tests your mental strength, but focus gives you the ability to withstand these tests without being overwhelmed. By concentrating on what is within your control and letting go of distractions, you build mental resilience that allows you to face life's challenges with confidence and calmness. This resilience helps you stay steady, even in the most chaotic of circumstances. Another important aspect of focus is learning to let go of comparisons. Many people lose their focus because they become distracted by what others are doing or achieving. Stoicism teaches that comparing yourself to others only pulls you away from your own path. By focusing on your own journey, your own goals, and your own values, you free yourself from the distractions of comparison, allowing you to stay true to your purpose. In the pursuit of focus, it's also important to cultivate humility. Many people lose their focus because they become too attached to their ego, wanting to prove themselves or protect their image. Stoicism teaches that humility allows you to stay focused on what truly matters, rather than being distracted by the need for approval or recognition. By letting go of your ego, you maintain a sense of inner calm and clarity, allowing you to focus on your purpose without being swayed by external opinions. Ultimately, the power of focus lies in its ability to keep you grounded, centered, and aligned with your values, no matter how chaotic life may become. It is the practice of directing your attention toward what truly matters, while letting go of the distractions that pull you away from your purpose. With each moment of focus, you strengthen your ability to remain calm, resilient, and unaffected by life's chaos, creating a life of deeper peace, clarity, and fulfillment. As we journey from mastering focus to managing life's chaos, the next essential step in the Stoic path is learning to let go of what you cannot control. This is the heart of emotional mastery, a principle that allows you to free yourself from unnecessary suffering and maintain inner peace no matter what challenges arise. Life is full of uncertainties, and much of the frustration and anxiety people experience comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. The Stoics teach that by focusing only on what is within your control, you can master your emotions and respond to life with clarity and calm. One of the first lessons in letting go is understanding the difference between what is within your power and what isn't. Your thoughts, actions, and responses are in your control, but the behavior of others, external circumstances, or outcomes are not. Many people waste their emotional energy on trying to change or influence things they simply cannot. This only leads to frustration and stress. Stoicism teaches that by accepting this reality, you liberate yourself from the emotional burden of trying to control what was never yours to manage. Letting go requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing life's challenges as problems to be fixed, you begin to see them as events to be navigated with wisdom and calm. You stop trying to manipulate outcomes or force situations to unfold in a certain way. This shift in thinking brings a deep sense of freedom. You no longer feel the need to wrestle with reality, but instead you flow with it, focusing on how you respond rather than on controlling the external world. A significant part of letting go is releasing attachment to outcomes. Many people tie their happiness or peace of mind to specific results, believing that only when things go a certain way can they feel content. But life rarely unfolds exactly as we plan. Stoicism teaches that by detaching from specific outcomes, you can maintain your emotional equilibrium regardless of how events unfold. This doesn't mean you stop caring or striving, but rather that you stop placing your emotional well-being in the hands of things beyond your control. Emotional mastery, in part, comes from recognizing that the only thing you truly have control over is your own mind. Your thoughts, feelings, and reactions are within your domain. When you focus on controlling these, rather than external events, you begin to master your emotions. This inner mastery gives you a sense of power and stability that is unshaken by the chaos of the outside world. You are no longer reactive, but deliberate, able to navigate life's challenges with calm and clarity. To let go of what you can't control, you must first let go of fear. Fear is one of the greatest disruptors of emotional peace, often stemming from a desire to control the future. People fear uncertainty, failure, or loss because they cannot predict or manipulate what will happen. Stoicism teaches that fear arises from focusing on the unknown and the uncontrollable. By accepting that the future is out of your hands and that you cannot change what is to come, you release the grip of fear, allowing yourself to live with greater freedom and emotional balance. Learning to let go also involves accepting that not everything will go your way. In life, there will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments of failure. The Stoics understood that resistance to these realities only leads to unnecessary suffering. Instead of fighting against what has happened or what could happen, Stoicism teaches that you should accept reality as it is. This acceptance doesn't mean resignation, but rather a peaceful acknowledgement that some things are beyond your control. From this place of acceptance, you can focus on what is within your power, your response, your attitude, and your choices. By letting go of what you can't control, you also free yourself from the emotional ups and downs caused by the actions of others. Many people become emotionally reactive because they invest too much energy in how others behave, think, or feel about them. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control other people's actions or opinions, and trying to do so only leads to frustration. By letting go of the need for approval or validation, you regain control over your emotions, ensuring that your peace of mind is not dependent on the behavior of others. One of the greatest obstacles to emotional mastery is the tendency to dwell on the past. Many people carry emotional baggage from past experiences, replaying mistakes, regrets, or painful memories. Stoicism teaches that the past is beyond your control. It cannot be changed, and dwelling on it only drains your emotional energy. By letting go of the past and focusing on the present moment, you create space for healing and emotional clarity. This practice allows you to release old wounds and move forward with a sense of peace. In addition to the past, anxiety about the future often disrupts emotional stability. Many people worry about what might happen, imagining worst-case scenarios or trying to control future outcomes. Stoicism teaches that the future is uncertain, and worrying about it does nothing to change what will happen. By letting go of the need to predict or control the future, you free yourself from anxiety and create the mental space to focus on what you can control, your actions and responses in the present. Letting go also involves releasing expectations. Many people become emotionally entangled because they expect life to unfold in a certain way, or people to behave according to their desires. When these expectations are not met, they feel disappointed, frustrated, or hurt. Stoicism teaches that by letting go of rigid expectations, you free yourself from these emotional traps. This doesn't mean you stop hoping or striving, but rather that you remain open to how things unfold, accepting that life often has its own course. The practice of letting go is closely tied to the Stoic principle of impermanence. Everything in life, people, possessions, experiences, is temporary. Many emotional struggles come from clinging to things that are destined to change or fade away. By accepting the impermanence of all things, you free yourself from the fear of loss. This acceptance brings a sense of peace, as you stop trying to hold on to things that cannot be held. You learn to appreciate what you have while it lasts, without becoming emotionally dependent on it. Emotional mastery is also about learning to let go of blame. When things go wrong, many people look for someone to blame, whether it's themselves or others. This blame only creates more emotional turmoil, keeping you trapped in anger, guilt, or resentment. Stoicism teaches that assigning blame does nothing to change the situation and only prolongs emotional suffering. By letting go of the need to blame, you free yourself from these negative emotions, allowing you to move forward with a sense of peace and clarity. Another key to emotional mastery is learning to let go of control in relationships. Many people become emotionally attached to the idea of controlling how others feel, act, or respond. This attachment often leads to conflict and disappointment when others don't meet those expectations. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control other people's choices or emotions. By letting go of this need for control, you allow your relationships to unfold naturally, free from the emotional weight of expectations or manipulation. Letting go also involves releasing attachment to material possessions. Many people tie their sense of security or happiness to what they own, believing that material wealth or success will bring emotional peace. But Stoicism teaches that possessions are temporary and can be lost at any moment. By letting go of the attachment to material things, you free yourself from the fear of losing them, allowing you to maintain emotional balance even in times of financial or material uncertainty. One of the most liberating aspects of letting go is that it allows you to live with greater freedom. When you stop trying to control everything around you, you release yourself from the emotional burden of constant stress and frustration. This freedom brings a sense of lightness, as you no longer feel the need to micromanage your life or the lives of others. Instead, you focus on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and emotions, allowing you to navigate life with grace and ease. Letting go also teaches you the power of acceptance. Many people struggle emotionally because they resist the reality of their circumstances, wishing things were different or trying to change the unchangeable. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from accepting life as it is, without fighting against it. This acceptance allows you to release the emotional tension that comes from resistance, creating space for peace and clarity. By accepting reality, you can focus on how to respond wisely, rather than wasting energy on wishing things were different. Another important aspect of emotional mastery is learning to let go of the need to always be right. Many conflicts arise because people are emotionally invested in proving their point or winning an argument. Stoicism teaches that wisdom often comes from letting go of the need to win and instead focusing on understanding and harmony. By releasing the attachment to being right, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional tension, allowing you to approach situations with greater openness and flexibility. Letting go also involves releasing judgment. Many people lose their emotional balance because they constantly judge situations, people, or themselves. These judgments often lead to negative emotions like anger, frustration, or self-doubt. Stoicism teaches that life is neutral. It is our judgments that color it as good or bad. By letting go of these judgments, you free yourself from the emotional highs and lows that often accompany them. This non-judgmental perspective allows you to approach life with a sense of peace and acceptance. In the process of letting go, it's also important to release the desire for perfection. Many people become emotionally overwhelmed because they set unrealistic standards for themselves or others. Stoicism teaches that perfection is an illusion and that true peace comes from accepting imperfection in yourself, others, and life itself. By letting go of the need to be perfect, you release yourself from the emotional pressure that often leads to stress and frustration, allowing you to embrace life as it is. Another key to emotional mastery is letting go of resentment. Holding on to past grievances or anger toward others only poisons your own peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is essential for emotional freedom. By letting go of resentment and choosing to forgive, you release the emotional weight that keeps you tied to the past. This act of forgiveness doesn't condone wrongdoing, but frees you from the negative emotions that prevent you from moving forward with peace. Letting go also requires releasing the need for approval. Many people tie their emotional well-being to how others perceive them, constantly seeking validation or praise. This attachment to external approval often leads to emotional instability, as you cannot control how others view you. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from self-approval, from knowing that you are living in alignment with your values and not relying on others for your sense of worth. By letting go of the need for approval, you reclaim your emotional freedom. Another way to let go and master your emotions is by embracing vulnerability. Many people hold on to emotional defenses, afraid to be vulnerable for fear of rejection or failure. Stoicism teaches that vulnerability is not weakness, but strength. It allows you to engage with life fully, without the need for constant protection or control. By letting go of emotional armor, you open yourself up to deeper connections and experiences, while maintaining your inner peace and emotional stability. Letting go also involves releasing the need for certainty. Many people experience emotional turmoil because they crave certainty in a world that is inherently unpredictable. Stoicism teaches that uncertainty is a natural part of life, and trying to control or predict the future only leads to stress and anxiety. By embracing uncertainty and letting go of the need for absolute control, you create emotional space for peace and flexibility, allowing you to navigate life's unpredictability with grace. In the end, letting go of what you can't control is the key to emotional mastery. It allows you to live with a sense of freedom, peace, and resilience, no matter what life throws your way. By focusing on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and emotions, You gain the power to navigate life's challenges with clarity and calm. This practice of letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing the emotional burdens that keep you trapped, allowing you to live with greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. As you let go of the things outside your control and begin to master your emotions, the next challenge is overcoming the negative thoughts and feelings that often cloud your mind. These thoughts, if left unchecked, can lead to patterns of worry, doubt, and emotional turmoil. Stoicism offers a powerful approach to managing and transforming these negative thoughts and emotions, helping you to navigate life with clarity and resilience. It's not about suppressing what you feel, but about understanding and redirecting your thoughts in a way that empowers you rather than holds you back. Negative thoughts have a way of creeping into the mind unnoticed, often influencing your mood and behavior without you realizing it. The Stoics believed that many of these thoughts come from misjudgments, seeing the world through a distorted lens. They teach that by examining and correcting these thoughts, you can free yourself from their emotional grip. The process begins with awareness. You must learn to recognize when a thought is leading you down a negative path, whether it's a thought rooted in fear, anger, or self-doubt. Once you become aware of these negative thoughts, the next step is to question their validity. Stoicism encourages you to ask yourself whether the thought is based on reality or if it is a projection of fear or insecurity. Often, negative thoughts are exaggerations or assumptions that have little grounding in the truth. By challenging these thoughts, you begin to strip them of their power, weakening the hold they have over your emotions. This practice of questioning your thoughts helps to build a clearer, more rational perspective. Overcoming negative emotions also requires understanding the temporary nature of feelings. Emotions are fleeting, they rise and fall like waves. Stoicism teaches that while you may not be able to stop emotions from occurring, you can control how long they affect you. When negative emotions arise, instead of resisting them or letting them spiral out of control, the Stoic approach is to observe them with detachment. Recognize that these feelings are temporary and will pass, just like any other sensation. This awareness helps you avoid being swept away by emotions and allows you to maintain your inner calm. A key element of overcoming negative thoughts is learning to reframe your perspective. Many negative thoughts arise from seeing situations in a limiting or negative light. Stoicism teaches that you have the power to reinterpret your experiences. Instead of seeing a challenge as a setback, view it as an opportunity for growth. Instead of seeing failure as a defeat, see it as a lesson. This reframing shifts your mental state from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. It's about choosing a perspective that serves you, rather than one that drags you down. Another way the Stoics suggest overcoming negative emotions is through the practice of gratitude. When you focus on what is going wrong or what you lack, negative emotions take root. But by consciously turning your attention to what is going well, you begin to shift your emotional state. Gratitude allows you to recognize the good in your life, even amidst difficulties. This shift in focus reduces the impact of negative thoughts and creates space for positive emotions to emerge. Gratitude, in this sense, is not just a feeling, but a practice, a way of training your mind to look for the good rather than dwelling on the bad. In Stoicism, one of the most effective ways to overcome negative thoughts is through rationality. The Stoics believed that emotions often stem from irrational thinking. For example, fear may arise from overestimating a threat, or anger may come from expecting people to act perfectly. By using reason to analyze your thoughts, you can begin to dismantle the false beliefs that fuel negative emotions. This doesn't mean you become emotionless, but that you learn to approach your emotions with reason, guiding them rather than being controlled by them. Letting go of perfectionism is another important aspect of overcoming negative thoughts. Many negative emotions, such as frustration, anxiety, and disappointment, arise from the unrealistic expectation that life should be perfect or that you should never make mistakes. Stoicism teaches that imperfection is a natural part of life, and by accepting it, you free yourself from the emotional burden of always trying to meet impossible standards. This acceptance allows you to approach life with more ease and less self-criticism, reducing the negative thoughts that often arise from the pressure to be flawless. One powerful Stoic practice for overcoming negative emotions is premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves mentally preparing yourself for potential challenges or difficulties in advance. By imagining how you would handle setbacks or disappointments, you reduce their emotional impact when they occur. This practice doesn't invite negativity, rather, it helps you build emotional resilience by preparing your mind to face difficulties with calm and clarity. Stoicism also teaches the importance of self-compassion in overcoming negative thoughts. Many people are their own harshest critics, constantly berating themselves for mistakes or perceived failures. This inner dialogue can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and self-doubt. Stoicism encourages you to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. By practicing self-compassion, you reduce the harshness of your internal dialogue and create space for healing and emotional growth. In the Stoic approach, negative emotions are often tied to attachment, to people, outcomes, or situations. When you cling too tightly to something, the fear of losing it can create anxiety, and when it doesn't meet your expectations, frustration arises. Stoicism teaches that by practicing detachment, you free yourself from these emotional traps. This doesn't mean you stop caring, but that you let go of the need to control or possess, allowing you to engage with life more freely and with less emotional turmoil. Another essential practice in overcoming negative thoughts is developing emotional awareness. Often, people are not fully aware of the emotions they are experiencing until they have already taken hold. Stoicism encourages mindfulness of your emotional state. By regularly checking in with yourself and identifying your feelings, you can catch negative emotions before they escalate. This awareness gives you the power to address them early, preventing them from growing into something more disruptive. Stoicism also emphasizes the power of acceptance. Many negative emotions come from resisting reality, from wishing things were different, or fighting against circumstances that are beyond your control. By accepting life as it is, rather than as you wish it to be, you release the emotional tension that often comes with resistance. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It means acknowledging the situation as it stands and focusing your energy on what you can do within it, rather than what you cannot change. In addition to acceptance, Stoicism teaches the importance of forgiveness in overcoming negative emotions. Holding on to grudges or resentment only serves to keep you trapped in a cycle of negativity. By practicing forgiveness, both toward yourself and others, you release the emotional weight of past hurts. This act of letting go allows you to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind, unburdened by the negative emotions that come from holding on to past wrongs. One of the Stoic practices for overcoming negative thoughts is the examination of your desires. Many negative emotions arise when your desires are not met, or when you want something that is out of reach. Stoicism teaches that by examining and moderating your desires, you can reduce the emotional turmoil that comes from unfulfilled expectations. This doesn't mean you stop desiring altogether, but that you cultivate desires that are within your control, aligning them with your values and not external circumstances. Another way to overcome negative emotions is by practicing patience. In a world that often values immediate gratification, the Stoics teach that patience is a virtue that allows you to weather difficulties with calmness and composure. When you are patient, you give yourself the emotional space to respond thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively. This practice of patience helps to diffuse the intensity of negative emotions, allowing you to remain centered even when things don't happen as quickly or smoothly as you would like. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on the present moment as a way to overcome negative thoughts. Many negative emotions arise from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Stoicism teaches that the only moment you have control over is the present. By focusing on the here and now, you reduce the emotional charge of past regrets or future anxieties, allowing you to experience life as it is, without the weight of negative thoughts that pull you in different directions. Another important Stoic practice for overcoming negative emotions is embracing the concept of impermanence. Everything in life, people, situations, feelings, is temporary. Negative emotions often arise when you forget this and become attached to the idea that something will last forever, whether it's a problem or a feeling of sadness. By reminding yourself of the impermanence of all things, you gain a sense of perspective that helps reduce the intensity of negative emotions, knowing that they too will pass. In overcoming negative emotions, Stoicism also teaches the value of taking action. Many people become stuck in negative thought patterns because they feel powerless or passive in the face of challenges. Stoicism encourages you to take purposeful action, focusing on what is within your control. This action-oriented mindset helps you move forward rather than remaining stuck in negativity. By taking even small steps, you begin to break free from the emotional paralysis that often accompanies negative thoughts. Overcoming negative emotions also requires building mental resilience. The Stoics believed that resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about developing the strength to face them without being overwhelmed. Each time you confront a negative thought or emotion with calmness and clarity, you build your emotional resilience. Over time, this resilience makes it easier to handle future challenges without falling into patterns of negativity or emotional reactivity. Another powerful Stoic tool for overcoming negative emotions is focusing on your values. When negative thoughts arise, they often distract you from what truly matters. By consistently returning your focus to your core values, integrity, kindness, courage, you align your actions and thoughts with a higher purpose. This alignment reduces the impact of negative emotions as you remain focused on what is important rather than being pulled off course by temporary feelings. Stoicism also teaches that negative emotions can be transformed through the practice of self-reflection. By taking time to reflect on your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, you gain greater insight into why you react the way you do. This self-awareness allows you to identify patterns of negativity and address them at their root. Regular reflection helps you become more intentional in your responses, reducing the influence of negative emotions on your life. A Stoic approach to overcoming negative thoughts also involves recognizing the role of external influences. Many people are influenced by the emotions and opinions of others, which can lead to negative thoughts and feelings. Stoicism teaches that you must take responsibility for your own emotions, rather than letting others dictate how you feel. By creating emotional boundaries and focusing on your internal state, you reduce the impact of external negativity on your peace of mind. In overcoming negative emotions, Stoicism encourages you to embrace the idea of personal growth. Every challenge, every negative emotion is an opportunity for growth and learning. Instead of viewing negative emotions as something to be avoided, The Stoic approach is to see them as a chance to strengthen your emotional resilience and deepen your understanding of yourself. This growth-oriented mindset shifts the way you approach negative thoughts, transforming them from obstacles into stepping stones. The Stoic approach also teaches that compassion plays a key role in overcoming negative emotions. Many negative thoughts arise from harsh judgments of yourself or others. By practicing compassion, you soften these judgments, allowing yourself to approach situations with greater understanding and kindness. This compassion helps to reduce the emotional charge of negativity, creating space for healing and positive growth. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to overcoming negative thoughts and emotions is about reclaiming your power. It's about recognizing that while you may not be able to control what happens around you, you have complete control over how you think and feel about it. This practice of emotional mastery allows you to navigate life's challenges with clarity, resilience, and a deep sense of inner peace. As we move from understanding how to overcome negative thoughts and emotions, the next vital lesson in the Stoic path is learning to be unaffected by praise or criticism. These external judgments, often seen as markers of success or failure, can heavily influence a person's emotional state. However, Stoicism teaches that true freedom and inner peace come from detaching ourselves from these external opinions. The Stoics believed that our worth should not be tied to what others think, whether it be in the form of praise or criticism. This detachment is essential for maintaining stability and integrity, regardless of external validation or rejection. To be unmoved by praise, we must first understand its nature. Praise is often fleeting, based on others' perceptions, which can change from moment to moment. When you attach your sense of self-worth to the approval of others, you give them power over your emotions and identity. The Stoics teach that your value comes not from external validation, but from living in alignment with your own principles and values. When you focus on living virtuously, praise becomes irrelevant, because you are no longer seeking approval from others, only from yourself. Similarly, criticism can have a profound effect on how people view themselves. For many, harsh words or negative opinions from others can cause self-doubt or even anger. Stoicism teaches that criticism, like praise, is simply an external judgment. Whether it is fair or not, it doesn't define you unless you allow it to. Stoicism encourages you to view criticism as feedback, an opportunity to reflect, but not something to be taken personally or to affect your emotional balance. You maintain your inner calm by accepting that everyone has their own perspective, and not all criticism is a reflection of your true worth. One reason the Stoics advise against being swayed by praise or criticism is because both are often based on subjective opinions rather than objective truths. What one person praises, another might criticize. If you rely on external opinions to define your worth, you'll constantly be at the mercy of others' changing perceptions. Stoicism teaches that the only opinion that truly matters is your own, as long as it is grounded in wisdom and integrity. By focusing on your inner values, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of seeking validation from others. A crucial part of remaining unmoved by external judgments is self-awareness. The Stoics believed that when you have a clear understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and what your purpose is, the opinions of others lose their power. Self-awareness helps you see beyond praise or criticism to the core of your character. Instead of being swayed by the emotions that arise from external feedback, you remain focused on living according to your principles. This clarity helps you maintain emotional stability regardless of what others say. Another reason Stoicism teaches detachment from praise and criticism is that both are often influenced by factors beyond your control. People's opinions can be shaped by their own biases, experiences, or misunderstandings. Even the most well-intentioned praise or criticism is filtered through the lens of the person offering it. By recognizing that external opinions are not necessarily accurate reflections of your worth or actions, you can detach from them and remain grounded in your own understanding of yourself. Stoicism also teaches that being unmoved by praise or criticism allows you to focus on what truly matters, your actions and intentions. When you are constantly seeking approval or fearing judgment, you may begin to act in ways that are inauthentic or designed to please others. This compromises your integrity. By letting go of the need for external validation, you can act with honesty and purpose, knowing that the true measure of your worth lies in your own commitment to your values, not in how others perceive you. Another powerful reason to be unmoved by praise or criticism is that it frees you from the trap of comparison. When you base your self-worth on external feedback, you inevitably compare yourself to others, measuring your success or failure against their opinions. Stoicism teaches that comparison is a futile exercise because everyone's journey is different. By focusing solely on your own progress and growth, rather than on how you are perceived by others, you can live more authentically and with greater peace of mind. Remaining unaffected by praise or criticism also strengthens your ability to make decisions based on reason rather than emotion. When you are swayed by others' opinions, you may make choices out of a desire to please or avoid disapproval. This can lead to decisions that are not in alignment with your true self or long-term goals. Stoicism teaches that true wisdom comes from making decisions based on what is right, not on what will earn you praise or shield you from criticism. This detachment from external opinions allows you to think more clearly and act with greater purpose. One of the most important aspects of being unmoved by praise or criticism is the freedom it brings. When you no longer care about what others think, you liberate yourself from the pressure to conform to societal expectations or to seek validation through external achievements. This freedom allows you to live in alignment with your own values and goals, without being distracted by the need for approval. It is a profound sense of liberation, knowing that your worth is not tied to anyone else's judgment. Stoicism also teaches that praise and criticism are often based on superficial factors. People may praise you for your success or criticize you for your failure, without understanding the full context or the effort behind your actions. By detaching from these external judgments, you shift your focus from superficial achievements to deeper, more meaningful pursuits. You begin to value the process and the effort, rather than the outcome, knowing that true fulfillment comes from within, not from how others perceive you. Another benefit of being unmoved by praise or criticism is that it strengthens your resilience. When you are no longer emotionally affected by external opinions, you become more resilient in the face of challenges and setbacks. Criticism no longer feels like a personal attack, and praise no longer feels like a measure of success. You become more focused on your own growth and development, rather than on how others judge your progress. This resilience allows you to keep moving forward, regardless of the praise or criticism that comes your way. One of the reasons Stoicism emphasizes detachment from praise and criticism is because both can distract you from your true purpose. When you are constantly seeking approval or fearing judgment, your focus shifts from your goals and values to how you are perceived by others. This can lead to a loss of direction and purpose. Stoicism teaches that by remaining centered in your own values, you can stay true to your path without being sidetracked by external opinions. Being unaffected by praise or criticism also helps you cultivate humility. Praise can easily inflate the ego, while criticism can deflate it. Stoicism teaches that both are illusions that can distort your sense of self. By remaining humble and grounded, you avoid the emotional highs and lows that come with external validation. This humility allows you to see yourself more clearly and to continue striving for growth, regardless of whether you are praised or criticized along the way. Detachment from external opinions also fosters a sense of inner peace. When you are no longer concerned with how others view you, you free yourself from the anxiety and stress that often come with seeking validation. This peace comes from knowing that your worth is not tied to external circumstances, but is rooted in your own actions and values. It is a quiet confidence that remains steady, no matter what others say or think. Stoicism teaches that being unmoved by praise or criticism also helps you maintain your authenticity. When you are not swayed by external opinions, you are free to be yourself, without the need to conform to others' expectations. This authenticity allows you to live more fully and with greater integrity, knowing that you are acting in alignment with your true self, rather than trying to please others or avoid judgment. Another reason Stoics encourage detachment from praise and criticism is that it strengthens your emotional independence. When you rely on external validation for your sense of worth, you become emotionally dependent on others. This dependence makes you vulnerable to the changing opinions and judgments of those around you. By detaching from these external judgments, you cultivate a sense of emotional independence, knowing that your happiness and peace of mind come from within, not from how others view you. Detachment from praise and criticism also fosters a sense of contentment. When you are no longer chasing external validation, you become more content with who you are and what you have. This contentment comes from knowing that your worth is not tied to external achievements or others' opinions, but to your own sense of purpose and integrity. It is a deeper, more lasting form of contentment, one that is not easily shaken by the ups and downs of life. Another key aspect of being unmoved by praise or criticism is that it helps you stay focused on the present moment. When you are constantly seeking approval or fearing judgment, your mind is often focused on the future, on what others will think of your actions or how they will react. Stoicism teaches that by letting go of this need for external validation, you can remain fully present in the moment, focused on what you are doing right now, rather than on how it will be perceived by others. Remaining unaffected by praise or criticism also allows you to build stronger, more genuine relationships. When you are not seeking validation from others, you are free to connect with them on a deeper level, without the need for approval or fear of judgment. This detachment fosters more authentic connections, based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than on the need for validation or recognition. Another important reason to be unmoved by external judgments is that it fosters a sense of inner strength. When you are no longer dependent on praise or criticism for your sense of self-worth, you develop a stronger, more resilient sense of identity. This inner strength allows you to remain calm and centered, even in the face of challenges or setbacks, knowing that your worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by your own actions and values. By remaining unaffected by praise or criticism, you also cultivate a greater sense of self-control. When you are not swayed by external opinions, you are better able to control your emotions and reactions. This self-control allows you to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom, rather than being driven by the need for approval or the fear of judgment. It is a form of emotional mastery that helps you navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Another powerful benefit of detaching from praise and criticism is that it helps you focus on your personal growth. When you are not concerned with how others view you, you are free to focus on your own development and improvement. This focus on growth allows you to continually strive for excellence, not because you are seeking validation, but because you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches that being unmoved by praise or criticism is about finding freedom. It is about freeing yourself from the need for external validation and reclaiming your sense of self-worth. This freedom allows you to live with greater authenticity, purpose, and inner peace, knowing that your value is not determined by others, but by your own actions and integrity. By letting go of the need for approval or the fear of judgment, you create space for true fulfillment and lasting peace. As you gain freedom from the need for external validation, the next essential Stoic practice is cultivating a calm and steady mindset that can withstand every situation life throws your way. This inner stillness is the hallmark of a resilient mind, one that is not easily shaken by the ups and downs of everyday life. Stoic philosophy provides powerful tools to build this unwavering mental foundation, enabling you to remain calm and composed no matter what circumstances arise. The first step in developing a steady mindset is mastering your thoughts. The Stoics believed that your mind is the ultimate source of your peace. What disturbs your calm is not external events themselves, but how you interpret them. By practicing mindful awareness of your thoughts, you can catch yourself when you begin to spiral into anxiety or anger. This awareness allows you to pause, reframe the situation, and choose a response that keeps your inner calm intact. To maintain a calm mindset, it's important to distance yourself from emotional reactivity. Emotions like fear, frustration, or impatience are natural, but they often cloud judgment and lead to impulsive actions. The Stoic approach encourages you to observe your emotions without letting them control your behavior. By creating space between your feelings and your actions, you prevent emotional turbulence from disrupting your calm. This emotional distance helps you respond to life with reason and clarity. Another key to cultivating a steady mind is practicing acceptance. Life is full of events beyond your control, unexpected challenges, changes, and setbacks. Many people lose their calm because they resist what is happening, wishing things were different. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from accepting reality as it is, not as you want it to be. This acceptance reduces the inner struggle that leads to stress and frustration, allowing you to face each situation with calmness and resolve. A calm mind also requires simplifying your focus. When your mind is scattered, overwhelmed by too many worries or tasks, it's easy to lose your composure. The Stoics taught that by focusing only on what truly matters and letting go of trivial concerns, you conserve your mental energy for what is important. This simplicity of focus brings clarity and calm, enabling you to approach life's challenges with a sense of purpose rather than feeling overwhelmed. Another important aspect of maintaining a steady mind is patience. Many emotional disturbances come from impatience, wanting results or changes to happen immediately. Stoicism teaches that most things take time, and rushing through life only leads to frustration. By practicing patience, you create the mental space to allow situations to unfold naturally. This patience helps you maintain a calm mindset, even when things aren't progressing as quickly as you'd like, reducing the stress that comes from impatience. The practice of gratitude also plays a crucial role in cultivating a calm mind. When you focus on what is lacking or what is going wrong, your mind becomes agitated and discontented. Gratitude shifts your focus to what you already have, reminding you of the good in your life. This shift in perspective calms the mind by reducing the constant striving for more and helps you appreciate the present moment. Gratitude, therefore, becomes a stabilizing force that keeps you grounded, even in difficult times. Another way to develop a steady mindset is by practicing detachment from outcomes. Many people become anxious or stressed because they are overly attached to specific results. When things don't go as planned, they feel frustrated or disappointed. Stoicism teaches that while you should strive to do your best, the outcome is not always in your control. By detaching from the need for things to turn out a certain way, you free yourself from the anxiety that comes with uncertainty, allowing you to remain calm regardless of the result. A powerful Stoic technique for maintaining calm is the use of premeditation. By mentally preparing for potential challenges or difficulties, you reduce their impact when they occur. This practice helps you stay calm in the face of adversity because you have already envisioned the possibility and prepared yourself to handle it with grace. Premeditation doesn't create negativity. It strengthens your resilience by helping you face reality with open eyes, knowing that challenges are a natural part of life. Another important element of a calm mindset is learning to let go of control. Many people become stressed because they try to control every aspect of their lives, from how others behave to how situations unfold. Stoicism teaches that most things are beyond your control, and trying to manage everything only leads to frustration. By letting go of the need for control and focusing instead on what you can influence, your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and maintain your inner peace. Maintaining calm also requires managing your expectations. Unrealistic expectations about how people should behave or how life should unfold often lead to disappointment and frustration. The Stoics believed that by setting realistic expectations and accepting that life is unpredictable, you can avoid the emotional turmoil that comes from unmet desires. This shift in mindset helps you remain steady, knowing that while you can influence some aspects of life, many are beyond your control. Another important practice for cultivating calm is embracing flexibility. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and those who are too rigid in their expectations often struggle to adapt when things change. Stoicism teaches that flexibility allows you to flow with life's changes without losing your center. By remaining adaptable, you stay calm in the face of unexpected challenges, knowing that you can adjust your course as needed without becoming emotionally unsettled. Building a steady mind also involves the practice of silence. In a world full of constant noise and distractions, finding moments of quiet can be transformative. Silence allows you to clear your mind, reflect on your thoughts, and regain your sense of calm. The Stoics valued periods of quiet reflection as a way to maintain mental clarity and focus. By regularly creating space for silence, you give your mind the opportunity to reset, helping you stay calm and composed in daily life. Another key to maintaining a calm mindset is focusing on the present moment. Much of the anxiety people experience comes from worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Stoicism teaches that the present is the only moment you can truly control. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you free yourself from the mental distractions that disrupt your calm. This focus on the present allows you to respond to life's challenges with clarity, rather than being pulled in different directions by worries about things you cannot change. The Stoics also taught the importance of cultivating a sense of purpose. When you are clear about your values and what you are working toward, you are less likely to be swayed by distractions or setbacks. Purpose provides a stabilizing force that keeps you grounded, even when life feels chaotic. By focusing on your deeper goals, you create a sense of calm that comes from knowing that you are living in alignment with your values, no matter what challenges arise. Another powerful tool for maintaining a steady mind is self-discipline. Discipline allows you to keep your emotions in check and stay focused on what truly matters. When you are disciplined in your thoughts and actions, you create a sense of order and stability in your life. This sense of order reduces the mental chaos that often leads to stress and anxiety. By practicing self-discipline, you train your mind to remain calm and focused, even when faced with temptation or distraction. A calm mindset also requires letting go of perfectionism. Many people become stressed because they strive for perfection in every area of their lives, setting unrealistic standards for themselves and others. Stoicism teaches that perfection is an illusion and that true peace comes from accepting imperfection. By letting go of the need to be perfect, you reduce the pressure that often disrupts your calm. This acceptance allows you to approach life with more ease and less self-criticism, helping you maintain your emotional balance. Another important aspect of cultivating calm is developing resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges without losing your emotional equilibrium. The Stoics believed that adversity is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to disturb your inner peace. By building resilience, you learn to face difficulties with strength and determination, knowing that you have the capacity to overcome whatever comes your way. This resilience is a key component of maintaining a steady and calm mindset in every situation. Stoicism also teaches that a calm mind is a reflective mind. Regular self-reflection allows you to examine your thoughts, emotions, and actions, helping you identify areas where you may be losing your calm. This practice of reflection helps you become more self-aware, enabling you to catch emotional disturbances early and address them before they escalate. By reflecting on your experiences, you gain valuable insights that help you maintain your inner peace in the face of challenges. Another way to maintain calm is by practicing non-attachment to material possessions. Many people become anxious or stressed when they fear losing their possessions or when they become too attached to material wealth. Stoicism teaches that material things are temporary and should not be the source of your happiness or peace. By practicing detachment from material things, you free yourself from the anxiety that comes with the fear of loss, allowing you to maintain your calm regardless of your external circumstances. Developing a calm mindset also involves embracing impermanence. Everything in life is in a constant state of change, and many people experience stress because they resist this reality. Stoicism teaches that by accepting the impermanence of all things, people, possessions, situations, you can reduce the emotional turbulence that comes from trying to hold on to what cannot be held. This acceptance brings a deep sense of peace as you stop fighting against the natural flow of life and learn to navigate its changes with grace. Another practice that helps maintain calm is focusing on what you can give rather than on what you can receive. Many people become agitated because they are focused on their own desires, constantly seeking more from life. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from shifting your focus from getting to giving. By focusing on how you can contribute to the well-being of others, you reduce the internal pressure that often disrupts your calm. This outward focus brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment that helps you maintain your inner peace. Another key to a steady mind is the practice of forgiveness. Holding on to grudges or resentment only creates inner turmoil, disrupting your peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoing, but about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of anger or resentment. By practicing forgiveness, you release the negative emotions that keep you tied to the past, allowing you to move forward with a clear mind and a calm heart. Maintaining calm also involves letting go of the need to always be right. Many conflicts arise because people are emotionally invested in proving their point or winning an argument. Stoicism teaches that wisdom often comes from letting go of the need to win and instead focusing on understanding and harmony. By releasing the attachment to being right, You free yourself from unnecessary emotional tension, allowing you to approach situations with greater openness and flexibility. Another aspect of cultivating a calm mind is practicing gratitude. When life feels chaotic, it's easy to become consumed by what is going wrong. Gratitude helps shift your focus to what is going right. This simple act of appreciating the good in your life creates a calming effect on the mind, reminding you that even in difficult times, there is still much to be thankful for. Gratitude becomes a grounding force that helps you stay steady, regardless of external circumstances. To maintain a calm and steady mindset, it's also important to develop a strong sense of self-awareness. Many emotional disturbances arise from reacting to external events without fully understanding how they affect you. By regularly checking in with yourself and reflecting on your thoughts and emotions, you become more attuned to your internal state. This self-awareness helps you catch emotional disturbances early, allowing you to address them before they disrupt your calm. A calm mindset is also strengthened by embracing humility. Many people lose their inner peace because they are too attached to their ego, reacting strongly when their pride is hurt or when they face criticism. Stoicism teaches that humility allows you to stay grounded and focused on what truly matters, rather than being caught up in the need for validation or recognition. By letting go of your ego, you maintain a sense of inner peace, allowing you to remain calm and composed in the face of life's challenges. In the end, cultivating a calm and steady mindset is about creating an inner environment where peace can thrive, no matter what life brings. It is about developing the mental tools to navigate life's challenges with grace, wisdom, and resilience. Each practice, whether it's mindfulness, patience, gratitude, or acceptance, helps you build a foundation of calm that supports you in every situation. With a steady mind, you are no longer swayed by the chaos around you. Instead, you become a source of calm, capable of facing life with clarity and strength. As you build a calm and steady mindset, the next step in your Stoic journey is learning to develop indifference to external outcomes. This does not mean a lack of care or effort, but rather a powerful detachment from the results that are beyond your control. Stoicism teaches that by focusing on your actions and intentions and letting go of attachment to how things turn out, you can free yourself from anxiety, disappointment, and stress. This indifference to outcomes helps you navigate life with greater peace and clarity, knowing that your worth and success are not defined by external circumstances. The first step in developing indifference to external outcomes is shifting your focus to what is within your control. Many people become anxious or stressed because they tie their happiness or self-worth to things that are not fully in their hands, such as other people's opinions, financial success, or external achievements. Stoicism teaches that the only things you can truly control are your thoughts, actions, and responses. By focusing on these, rather than on outcomes, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that often comes from chasing results. To cultivate indifference to outcomes, it's essential to embrace the idea of doing your best without attachment to success or failure. The Stoics believed that virtue is in the effort, not in the result. Whether you succeed or fail is often influenced by factors beyond your control. What matters most is that you approach every task with integrity and commitment. By focusing on doing your best and letting go of the need for a particular outcome, you free yourself from the emotional highs and lows that come with success or failure. Another key to developing indifference is understanding that outcomes are often influenced by chance. Life is unpredictable, and many external events are shaped by circumstances you cannot foresee or control. Stoicism teaches that by accepting the role of chance in life, you reduce the frustration and disappointment that come from expecting things to always go as planned. This acceptance allows you to maintain a steady mind, knowing that while you can influence some things, many outcomes are beyond your reach. Indifference to external outcomes also involves letting go of the need for approval or validation. Many people become emotionally invested in how others perceive them, seeking praise or fearing criticism. Stoicism teaches that external validation is fleeting and unreliable. By focusing on your own values and actions rather than on how others judge you, you develop emotional independence. This detachment from others' opinions helps you remain calm and confident, even when you don't receive the approval you might have hoped for. A powerful Stoic practice for cultivating indifference to outcomes is visualizing both success and failure without emotional attachment. By mentally preparing yourself for different possibilities, you reduce the emotional impact when things don't go as expected. This practice strengthens your resilience as you become less reactive to outcomes, knowing that you are prepared to face whatever comes your way. Visualizing failure doesn't make it more likely. It simply helps you accept that it's a possibility, allowing you to focus on what you can control. Developing indifference also involves recognizing the impermanence of all things. Many people become emotionally attached to specific outcomes because they believe that achieving certain goals will bring lasting happiness or security. Stoicism teaches that everything in life is temporary: success, failure, wealth, status. By accepting this impermanence, you reduce the emotional weight you place on external results, knowing that they cannot provide lasting fulfillment. This acceptance frees you from the constant pursuit of outcomes, allowing you to focus on the present moment. Another important aspect of indifference to outcomes is learning to trust the process. Many people become anxious because they are fixated on the end result, forgetting that growth and fulfillment come from the journey itself. Stoicism teaches that by trusting the process and focusing on your daily actions, you find peace in knowing that you are living in alignment with your values. This trust allows you to let go of the need for immediate results, knowing that your efforts will lead you where you need to go, even if the path is uncertain. Letting go of attachment to outcomes also involves releasing the fear of failure. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to peace of mind, and it often stems from the desire to control how things turn out. Stoicism teaches that failure is not something to be feared. It is a natural part of life and a valuable opportunity for growth. By accepting failure as a possibility and detaching from the need to succeed, you reduce the emotional pressure that often accompanies your efforts. This detachment gives you the freedom to take risks and pursue your goals with courage and resilience. A crucial part of developing indifference to external outcomes is learning to separate your identity from your achievements. Many people define themselves by their successes or failures, tying their self-worth to external accomplishments. Stoicism teaches that your worth comes from your character, not from what you achieve. By focusing on who you are rather than on what you accomplish, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of success and failure. This separation allows you to remain steady and confident, regardless of external outcomes. Indifference to outcomes also requires managing your expectations. Many people become frustrated or disappointed because they set unrealistic expectations for how things should turn out. Stoicism teaches that by setting realistic expectations and accepting that life is unpredictable, you can avoid the emotional turmoil that comes from unmet desires. This shift in mindset helps you remain calm and centered, knowing that while you can strive for certain outcomes, you cannot guarantee them. Another important aspect of cultivating indifference is practicing detachment from material wealth and success. Many people tie their happiness and sense of security to external markers of success, such as money, status, or possessions. Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external achievements. By letting go of the attachment to material success, you free yourself from the constant pursuit of more and reduce the anxiety that comes with the fear of loss. This detachment allows you to live with greater peace and contentment, knowing that your worth is not tied to external things. One way to develop indifference to outcomes is by focusing on the present moment. Many people become anxious or stressed because they are constantly worrying about the future and how things will turn out. Stoicism teaches that the present moment is the only one you can truly control. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you free yourself from the mental distractions that come with worrying about outcomes. This focus on the present allows you to approach each situation with clarity and calm, rather than being pulled in different directions by concerns about the future. Another practice that helps cultivate indifference is learning to view challenges as opportunities for growth. Many people become discouraged when they encounter obstacles because they are fixated on the outcome they desire. Stoicism teaches that challenges are a natural part of life and can be valuable opportunities for growth and learning. By viewing obstacles as part of the process rather than as barriers to success, you reduce the emotional frustration that often comes with setbacks. This mindset shift helps you remain resilient and focused, regardless of the outcome. Indifference to external outcomes also involves embracing the concept of enough. Many people are constantly striving for more success, more wealth, more recognition, believing that achieving these things will bring them lasting happiness. Stoicism teaches that contentment comes from recognizing when you have enough and being satisfied with what you have. By letting go of the constant pursuit of more, you free yourself from the anxiety and stress that often accompany this endless striving. This sense of contentment helps you maintain a steady and peaceful mind, regardless of external circumstances. A powerful way to cultivate indifference to outcomes is by practicing self-compassion. Many people become harsh critics of themselves when they don't achieve the results they desire, leading to feelings of guilt, shame, or inadequacy. Stoicism teaches that while self-discipline is important, it must be balanced with self-compassion. By being kind to yourself, especially in moments of failure or disappointment, you reduce the emotional impact of negative outcomes and create space for healing and growth. This self-compassion helps you maintain your inner peace, regardless of external success or failure. Another important element of indifference is learning to detach from the outcome of your relationships. Many people tie their happiness to how others treat them or how their relationships turn out. Stoicism teaches that while relationships are important, you cannot control how others behave or feel. By letting go of the need to control or possess others, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that often comes with attachment. This detachment allows you to engage with others more authentically, without the fear of loss or rejection. Indifference to outcomes also involves releasing the need for control. Many people become stressed or anxious because they try to control every aspect of their lives, from how others behave to how situations unfold. Stoicism teaches that most things are beyond your control, and trying to manage everything only leads to frustration. By letting go of the need for control and focusing instead on what you can influence, your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and maintain your inner peace. Another way to cultivate indifference is by practicing humility. Many people become emotionally invested in their achievements, tying their sense of worth to their success. Stoicism teaches that humility allows you to remain grounded and focused on what truly matters, rather than being caught up in the pursuit of external recognition. By letting go of the need for validation or praise, you free yourself from the emotional highs and lows that often come with success and failure. This humility helps you maintain a steady and peaceful mind, no matter how things turn out. A powerful Stoic tool for developing indifference is the practice of gratitude. When you focus on what you already have, rather than on what you are trying to achieve, you shift your perspective from lack to abundance. Gratitude helps you appreciate the present moment and reduces the emotional pressure to achieve specific outcomes. This shift in focus allows you to approach life with a sense of contentment and peace, knowing that your happiness is not dependent on external results. Indifference to external outcomes also involves letting go of comparison. Many people become anxious or dissatisfied because they compare themselves to others, measuring their success against external standards. Stoicism teaches that comparison is a futile exercise, as everyone's journey is different. By focusing solely on your own path and progress, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that often comes with comparison. This focus on your own growth allows you to remain calm and centered, regardless of how others are doing. Another important aspect of cultivating indifference is embracing failure as a natural part of the process. Many people fear failure because they believe it reflects their worth or abilities. Stoicism teaches that failure is simply feedback. It's an opportunity to learn and grow. By detaching from the emotional weight of failure, you reduce the anxiety that often accompanies the pursuit of goals. This detachment allows you to take risks and pursue your aspirations without the fear of failure holding you back. Indifference to outcomes also requires practicing acceptance. Many people become emotionally unsettled because they resist what is happening, wishing things were different. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from accepting reality as it is, not as you want it to be. This acceptance allows you to release the emotional tension that comes with resisting outcomes you cannot control, creating space for inner calm and clarity. Another important practice for developing indifference is recognizing the role of chance in life. Many people become stressed because they believe they can control every aspect of their success or failure. Stoicism teaches that while you can influence certain outcomes, many external events are shaped by chance. By accepting the role of luck in life, you reduce the frustration that comes with unmet expectations. This acceptance helps you remain calm and focused on what you can control, knowing that some things are simply beyond your reach. A powerful way to cultivate indifference is by focusing on the present moment. Many people become anxious or stressed because they are constantly worrying about the future and how things will turn out. Stoicism teaches that the present moment is the only one you can truly control. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you free yourself from the mental distractions that come with worrying about outcomes. This focus on the present allows you to approach each situation with clarity and calm, rather than being pulled in different directions by concerns about the future. Another key to developing indifference to outcomes is letting go of perfectionism. Many people become emotionally disturbed because they set unrealistic standards for themselves or their achievements. Stoicism teaches that perfection is an illusion, and striving for it only leads to stress and disappointment. By accepting imperfection in yourself and others, you free yourself from the emotional burden of trying to control every detail of how things turn out. This acceptance allows you to approach life with more ease and less self-criticism. Ultimately, cultivating indifference to external outcomes is about finding freedom. Freedom from the emotional highs and lows that come with success and failure, and freedom from the constant pursuit of validation or recognition. It is about learning to focus on what truly matters: your character, your actions, and your values, without being distracted by external results. This indifference does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop letting external outcomes define your worth or dictate your peace of mind. By practicing this detachment, you create a life of deeper fulfillment and lasting tranquility. As you develop the power of indifference to external outcomes, the next step on the Stoic path is deepening your self-awareness. Self-awareness is the bedrock upon which all mental mastery is built. The Stoics believed that understanding yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your motivations is essential to living a life of wisdom and peace. Without this foundation, it's easy to be led astray by external influences or unchecked impulses. Self-awareness allows you to recognize your strengths and weaknesses, guiding you toward a more deliberate and mindful way of living. The first reason Stoics emphasize self-awareness is that it helps you identify the root of your emotions. Many people go through life reacting to situations without understanding why they feel a certain way. Self-awareness enables you to pause and reflect on the deeper causes of your emotions. Whether it's fear, anger, or jealousy, understanding the source of your feelings allows you to address them directly rather than being swept away by them. This awareness brings clarity, reducing emotional turbulence and allowing you to remain calm and composed. Another benefit of self-awareness is that it helps you recognize patterns in your behavior. The Stoics believed that many of our actions are driven by habits, some of which may be unhelpful or self-destructive. By developing self-awareness, you become more conscious of these patterns, allowing you to break free from negative habits and replace them with more constructive ones. This awareness is a powerful tool for personal growth, as it enables you to make intentional changes in your life rather than being controlled by unconscious behaviors. Self-awareness also plays a crucial role in decision-making. When you are aware of your values, desires, and motivations, you can make decisions that align with your true self. Without self-awareness, it's easy to be influenced by external pressures or short-term impulses, leading to choices that may not serve your long-term well-being. The Stoics believed that a life of wisdom is one in which decisions are made with intention and clarity, guided by a deep understanding of oneself. This self-guided approach helps you stay true to your principles, regardless of external influences. One of the most significant benefits of self-awareness is that it allows you to control your reactions. In life, many things are beyond your control, but how you respond to them is always within your power. Self-awareness helps you recognize when you are starting to react impulsively, giving you the opportunity to pause, reflect, and choose a more measured response. This control over your reactions is the essence of mental mastery, as it allows you to navigate challenges with calmness and wisdom, rather than being ruled by emotions or external circumstances. Another reason self-awareness is foundational to mental mastery is that it helps you identify your strengths and weaknesses. The Stoics believed that personal growth comes from a clear understanding of oneself. By being aware of your strengths, you can use them to your advantage, and by acknowledging your weaknesses, you can work on improving them. This balanced self-awareness prevents arrogance on the one hand and self-doubt on the other, allowing you to approach life with confidence and humility. Self-awareness also fosters greater empathy and understanding in your relationships. When you are aware of your own emotions, needs, and triggers, you are better able to understand and respond to the emotions and needs of others. This awareness helps you navigate conflicts with greater compassion and patience, reducing misunderstandings and emotional reactivity. By cultivating self-awareness, you not only improve your relationship with yourself, but also with those around you, creating deeper and more harmonious connections. In addition to improving relationships, self-awareness helps you manage stress. Many people experience stress because they are unaware of the internal and external factors contributing to their anxiety. By becoming more self-aware, you can identify the specific thoughts, situations, or behaviors that trigger stress, allowing you to address them directly. This awareness helps you develop coping strategies that are tailored to your unique needs, reducing the impact of stress on your mental and emotional well-being. Self-awareness is also essential for cultivating discipline. Discipline requires a clear understanding of your goals, values, and priorities. Without self-awareness, it's easy to become distracted or lose focus, as you may not fully understand what drives your behavior. The Stoics believed that true discipline comes from aligning your actions with your deeper purpose. By cultivating self-awareness, you strengthen your ability to stay committed to your goals, even when faced with distractions or challenges. Another important aspect of self-awareness is the ability to recognize when you are acting out of alignment with your values. Many people experience inner conflict or dissatisfaction because their actions do not reflect their true beliefs or principles. Self-awareness helps you notice these discrepancies, allowing you to course-correct and realign your actions with your values. This alignment brings a sense of peace and fulfillment, as you are living authentically rather than being pulled in different directions by external pressures or unconscious desires. Self-awareness also helps you develop resilience. Life is full of challenges, and without a clear understanding of yourself, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated by setbacks. The Stoics believed that resilience comes from knowing yourself, your strengths, your limitations, and your capacity to adapt. By cultivating self-awareness, you develop a greater sense of confidence in your ability to navigate difficulties, knowing that you have the inner resources to overcome whatever comes your way. Another reason self-awareness is emphasized by the Stoics is that it helps you avoid self-deception. Many people go through life with a distorted view of themselves, either overestimating or underestimating their abilities and worth. This lack of clarity can lead to poor decisions, unrealistic expectations, and unnecessary suffering. By practicing self-awareness, you develop a more accurate and honest understanding of yourself, allowing you to approach life with greater wisdom and humility. Self-awareness also plays a key role in emotional regulation. Many people struggle with managing their emotions because they are unaware of the underlying thoughts or beliefs driving their feelings. By becoming more self-aware, you can identify the thought patterns that contribute to negative emotions, allowing you to challenge and change them. This awareness helps you develop greater emotional stability, as you are no longer at the mercy of unconscious thoughts and reactions. Another important benefit of self-awareness is that it helps you develop a growth mindset. The Stoics believed that personal growth is a lifelong journey, and self-awareness is essential for recognizing areas where you can improve. Without self-awareness, it's easy to become complacent or stuck in unproductive habits. By regularly reflecting on your thoughts, actions, and emotions, you gain insight into where you can grow, allowing you to continually evolve and become a better version of yourself. Self-awareness also helps you cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, and it requires a deep awareness of your thoughts and feelings. By cultivating self-awareness, you develop the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing you to stay grounded in the present moment. This mindfulness helps you reduce distractions, stay focused, and respond to life's challenges with clarity and calm. In addition to mindfulness, self-awareness fosters greater accountability. When you are aware of your actions and their impact, you are more likely to take responsibility for your choices. The Stoics believed that accountability is essential for personal growth and integrity. By cultivating self-awareness, you develop a greater sense of ownership over your life, knowing that you are responsible for your thoughts, actions, and their consequences. This accountability empowers you to make positive changes and live with greater purpose. Another reason self-awareness is foundational to mental mastery is that it helps you develop a deeper understanding of your motivations. Many people are driven by unconscious desires or external influences without fully understanding why they act the way they do. Self-awareness allows you to uncover these hidden motivations, giving you the power to choose actions that align with your true values and goals. This clarity helps you live with greater intention and purpose, rather than being controlled by unconscious drives. Self-awareness also enhances your ability to manage conflict. Many conflicts arise because people are unaware of their own emotional triggers or unmet needs. By cultivating self-awareness, you become more attuned to your own emotions and needs, allowing you to approach conflicts with greater understanding and empathy. This awareness helps you communicate more effectively and resolve conflicts in a way that is respectful and constructive, reducing the emotional tension that often accompanies disagreements. Another important aspect of self-awareness is that it helps you cultivate self-compassion. Many people are overly critical of themselves, leading to feelings of guilt, shame, or inadequacy. By becoming more self-aware, you can recognize when you are being too hard on yourself and practice self-compassion instead. This awareness helps you develop a more balanced and kind relationship with yourself, reducing the emotional suffering that often comes from self-judgment. Self-awareness also plays a crucial role in preventing burnout. Many people push themselves too hard, unaware of the physical and emotional toll it is taking on them. By cultivating self-awareness, you become more attuned to the signs of stress and fatigue, allowing you to take steps to care for yourself before reaching the point of burnout. This awareness helps you maintain your energy and well-being, enabling you to continue pursuing your goals with balance and sustainability. Another benefit of self-awareness is that it helps you develop greater focus and concentration. Many people struggle with distractions because they are unaware of the internal and external factors pulling their attention away. By becoming more self-aware, you can identify the specific thoughts, emotions, or behaviors that lead to distraction, allowing you to address them directly. This awareness helps you stay focused on what truly matters, improving your productivity and effectiveness in all areas of life. Self-awareness also fosters greater creativity and innovation. When you are aware of your thoughts and emotions, you are better able to tap into your inner resources and think outside the box. The Stoics believed that self-awareness allows you to access your full potential, as it helps you break free from limiting beliefs and patterns of thinking. By cultivating self-awareness, you open yourself up to new possibilities and creative solutions, allowing you to approach challenges with a fresh perspective. Another important aspect of self-awareness is that it helps you develop a deeper sense of purpose. Many people feel lost or unfulfilled because they are disconnected from their true values and desires. Self-awareness allows you to reflect on what truly matters to you, helping you identify your purpose and align your actions with it. This sense of purpose brings greater meaning and fulfillment to your life, as you are no longer drifting aimlessly, but are living with intention and clarity. Self-awareness also helps you develop greater resilience to criticism. Many people are overly sensitive to criticism because they lack a clear understanding of themselves. When you are aware of your strengths and weaknesses, you are less likely to be swayed by others' opinions. This self-awareness helps you take criticism in stride, using it as an opportunity for growth rather than as a personal attack. By cultivating self-awareness, you develop the confidence to remain steady in the face of external judgments. Another key reason self-awareness is foundational to mental mastery is that it helps you cultivate inner peace. Many people experience inner turmoil because they are unaware of the conflicting thoughts and emotions within them. By becoming more self-aware, you can identify and address these internal conflicts, allowing you to find a sense of harmony within yourself. This inner peace is the foundation of mental mastery, as it enables you to navigate life's challenges with calmness and clarity. In addition to inner peace, self-awareness helps you cultivate greater gratitude. When you are aware of your thoughts and feelings, you are better able to recognize the positive aspects of your life. This awareness helps you shift your focus from what is lacking to what you have, fostering a sense of appreciation and contentment. Gratitude, in turn, helps you maintain a positive and resilient mindset, even in the face of difficulties. Self-awareness also enhances your ability to set and maintain boundaries. Many people struggle with setting boundaries because they are unaware of their own needs or limits. By cultivating self-awareness, you become more attuned to what you need to feel safe, respected, and fulfilled. This awareness helps you communicate your boundaries more clearly and assertively, reducing the emotional strain that often comes from overextending yourself or allowing others to cross your limits. Another important benefit of self-awareness is that it helps you develop a deeper sense of authenticity. Many people wear masks or play roles in an effort to fit in or meet others' expectations. Self-awareness allows you to see through these masks and connect with your true self. By cultivating self-awareness, you develop the courage to live authentically, aligning your actions with your true values and desires. This authenticity brings greater fulfillment and peace, as you are no longer living according to others' expectations, but are staying true to yourself. Ultimately, self-awareness is the foundation of mental mastery because it empowers you to take control of your inner world. By understanding your thoughts, emotions, and motivations, you gain the power to choose how you respond to life's challenges. This self-awareness allows you to live with greater clarity, purpose, and resilience, free from the unconscious patterns and external influences that often lead to suffering. By cultivating self-awareness, you lay the groundwork for a life of wisdom, peace, and fulfillment. As you deepen your self-awareness, you begin to see how crucial it is in maintaining emotional balance. Stoicism offers a powerful set of precepts that guide you to create stability in your inner world, preventing burnout and emotional exhaustion. These teachings equip you to handle stress, overcome challenges, and keep your emotions in check without being overwhelmed by the ups and downs of life. By applying Stoic principles, you can establish a solid foundation for lasting emotional well-being. The Stoic emphasis on focusing only on what you can control is a fundamental way to preserve emotional balance. Many people experience burnout because they spend too much time worrying about factors outside their control. When you learn to direct your energy toward your thoughts, actions, and attitudes rather than external outcomes, you reduce the mental strain that comes with trying to manage the uncontrollable. This shift in focus brings a sense of relief and calm, allowing you to navigate life with greater emotional stability. One of the core Stoic precepts that helps prevent burnout is the practice of moderation. The Stoics believed in finding balance in all areas of life, avoiding extremes in both pleasure and pain. By practicing moderation, you prevent yourself from becoming emotionally drained by overindulgence or overwork. This balanced approach helps you conserve your energy and maintain a sense of calm, even in demanding situations. It encourages you to pursue a sustainable way of living that fosters long-term emotional resilience. Another powerful Stoic principle for maintaining emotional balance is the practice of acceptance. Life is filled with unexpected challenges and setbacks, and many people experience emotional turmoil because they resist what is happening. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from accepting reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. This acceptance reduces the inner conflict that often leads to burnout, as you stop fighting against circumstances beyond your control and instead focus on how you can respond with wisdom and clarity. The Stoic concept of premeditation of evils is another tool for preventing burnout. This practice involves mentally preparing for potential difficulties before they arise, allowing you to face them with calmness and resilience when they do occur. By visualizing challenges and setbacks in advance, you reduce the emotional shock when things don't go as planned. This preparation helps you manage stress more effectively, as you are ready to handle whatever comes your way without being overwhelmed by emotions. Another important Stoic teaching is the idea of viewing problems as opportunities for growth. Many people become emotionally exhausted because they see challenges as burdens or threats. Stoicism teaches that every obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen your character and develop resilience. This mindset shift transforms difficulties into learning experiences, reducing the emotional weight of setbacks. By viewing challenges as opportunities, you maintain your emotional balance and prevent burnout, knowing that each experience contributes to your personal growth. A key Stoic practice for emotional balance is developing emotional detachment. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather learning to observe them without being consumed by them. Stoicism teaches that emotions are natural, but should not control your actions. By cultivating emotional detachment, you create space between yourself and your emotions, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This detachment helps you manage stress and prevent emotional exhaustion, as you are no longer at the mercy of every passing feeling. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of self-reflection in maintaining emotional balance. Regularly examining your thoughts, actions, and emotions allows you to identify patterns that may be contributing to stress or burnout. This self-awareness helps you make adjustments before emotions spiral out of control, allowing you to stay centered and focused. By taking time to reflect on your experiences, you gain insight into what triggers emotional imbalances and how to address them effectively. Gratitude is another Stoic practice that promotes emotional balance. When you focus on what you are grateful for, rather than on what is lacking or going wrong, you shift your emotional state from negativity to appreciation. This shift in perspective helps you maintain a sense of calm and contentment, even in challenging situations. Gratitude reduces the emotional intensity of difficulties, as you are reminded of the good in your life, helping you stay grounded and balanced. Another powerful Stoic tool for preventing burnout is setting clear boundaries. Many people experience emotional exhaustion because they overcommit or fail to protect their time and energy. Stoicism teaches that you must be deliberate about how you spend your resources, focusing only on what truly matters. By setting boundaries, you prevent yourself from becoming overwhelmed by demands and distractions, preserving your emotional energy for what is most important. This practice helps you maintain balance by ensuring that you are not constantly drained by external pressures. Stoicism also teaches the importance of aligning your actions with your values as a way to prevent emotional burnout. When you live in alignment with your true beliefs and priorities, you experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment that sustains your emotional well-being. On the other hand, when your actions are out of sync with your values, you may feel disconnected, leading to stress and burnout. By regularly reflecting on your values and ensuring that your actions are aligned with them, you create a sense of emotional harmony and balance. The Stoic principle of focusing on the present moment is another essential practice for emotional balance. Many people become overwhelmed by stress because they are constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Stoicism teaches that the present moment is the only one you can truly control. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you reduce the mental distractions that often lead to emotional exhaustion. This focus on the present allows you to approach each situation with clarity and calm, preventing burnout from overthinking or overanalyzing. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-care in maintaining emotional balance. While the Stoics valued discipline and self-control, they also recognized the need to care for one's physical and mental well-being. Taking time to rest, recharge, and nurture yourself is essential for preventing burnout. Stoicism teaches that self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity for sustaining your energy and emotional resilience. By prioritizing self-care, you ensure that you have the inner resources to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. Another Stoic precept that helps create emotional balance is the practice of humility. Many people experience emotional strain because they place unrealistic expectations on themselves or others. Stoicism teaches that humility allows you to accept your limitations and approach life with a sense of openness and flexibility. By letting go of the need to be perfect or to have all the answers, you reduce the emotional pressure that often leads to burnout. This humility helps you maintain a sense of peace and balance, knowing that you are doing your best with the resources available to you. Another key Stoic practice for preventing burnout is embracing the concept of impermanence. Many people become emotionally overwhelmed because they hold on to the idea that certain situations or emotions will last forever. Stoicism teaches that everything in life is temporary, both the good and the bad. By accepting this impermanence, you reduce the emotional weight of challenges, knowing that they will eventually pass. This acceptance brings a sense of calm and perspective, helping you maintain emotional balance even in difficult times. Stoicism also encourages the practice of emotional resilience through the concept of amor fati, the love of fate. This principle teaches you to embrace whatever happens, good or bad, as a necessary part of your journey. By accepting and even loving the challenges that life presents, you reduce the emotional resistance that often leads to stress and burnout. This mindset helps you remain emotionally balanced, knowing that each experience contributes to your growth and development, no matter how difficult it may seem. The Stoic practice of emotional detachment also involves releasing the need for approval or validation from others. Many people experience burnout because they are constantly seeking external validation, which can be emotionally exhausting. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from within, not from others' opinions or approval. By detaching from the need for validation, you free yourself from the emotional strain of trying to meet others' expectations, allowing you to focus on your own well-being and emotional balance. Another important Stoic principle for maintaining emotional balance is cultivating patience. Many people become emotionally drained because they are impatient with themselves, others, or the pace of life. Stoicism teaches that patience is a virtue that allows you to navigate life's challenges with calmness and grace. By practicing patience, you reduce the emotional frustration that often accompanies delays or setbacks, helping you maintain a sense of balance even when things don't go as planned. The Stoics also believed in the power of purpose as a way to prevent burnout. When you have a clear sense of purpose, you are more resilient in the face of challenges, as you are driven by a deeper sense of meaning. Stoicism teaches that living in alignment with your purpose helps you stay focused on what truly matters, reducing the emotional strain that comes from distractions or setbacks. This sense of purpose helps you maintain emotional balance as you are guided by a clear vision of what you are working toward. Another important Stoic precept for emotional balance is practicing forgiveness. Many people experience emotional exhaustion because they hold on to grudges or resentment, which can weigh heavily on the mind and heart. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is a way to release emotional burdens and free yourself from the negative energy that comes with holding on to past wrongs. By practicing forgiveness, both toward yourself and others, you create space for healing and emotional balance, allowing you to move forward with greater peace and clarity. Another Stoic tool for preventing burnout is learning to say no. Many people become emotionally overwhelmed because they take on too many responsibilities or commitments, often out of a desire to please others. Stoicism teaches that you must be selective about where you invest your time and energy, focusing only on what aligns with your values and priorities. By learning to say no to what does not serve you, you protect your emotional well-being and prevent burnout, ensuring that you have the energy for what truly matters. Stoicism also teaches the importance of regular self-reflection in maintaining emotional balance. By taking time to reflect on your thoughts, actions, and emotions, you gain insight into what is contributing to your emotional well-being or imbalance. This reflection helps you identify patterns that may be leading to stress or burnout, allowing you to make adjustments before things spiral out of control. By incorporating regular self-reflection into your routine, you create a foundation of emotional stability and resilience. The Stoic practice of mindfulness is another essential tool for emotional balance. By being fully present in the moment, you reduce the mental distractions that often lead to stress and anxiety. Stoicism teaches that mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them, helping you maintain a sense of calm and clarity. This mindfulness helps you prevent burnout by keeping you grounded in the present, rather than being overwhelmed by worries about the future or regrets about the past. Another important Stoic precept for emotional balance is developing emotional flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and emotional rigidity can lead to burnout when things don't go as expected. Stoicism teaches that flexibility allows you to adapt to changing circumstances without losing your emotional balance. By being open to new possibilities and adjusting your expectations, you reduce the emotional strain that often comes with rigid thinking. This flexibility helps you remain calm and centered no matter what challenges arise. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of focusing on progress rather than perfection as a way to maintain emotional balance. Many people experience burnout because they set unrealistic standards for themselves and become emotionally drained trying to achieve perfection. Stoicism teaches that growth is a gradual process, and true fulfillment comes from making steady progress toward your goals. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you reduce the emotional pressure that often leads to burnout, allowing you to approach life with greater ease and satisfaction. Another Stoic practice for preventing burnout is simplifying your life. Many people become emotionally overwhelmed because they try to juggle too many responsibilities, possessions, or distractions. Stoicism teaches that simplicity brings clarity and peace. By letting go of what is unnecessary and focusing only on what truly matters, you reduce the mental clutter that often leads to stress. This simplicity helps you maintain emotional balance by creating more space for calm and reflection in your life. Finally, Stoicism teaches that cultivating emotional balance is a lifelong practice. It's not something you achieve once and maintain effortlessly, but rather a continuous process of self-reflection, adjustment, and growth. By committing to this practice, you build a foundation of resilience and inner peace that sustains you through life's challenges. The Stoic precepts provide powerful tools to help you create and maintain this balance, preventing burnout and allowing you to live with greater emotional clarity and strength. As we come to the end of this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism, remember that mastering your mind is not about shutting off emotions or avoiding life's challenges. It's about cultivating the strength to remain calm, resilient, and unwavering in the face of whatever life throws at you. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from within, from controlling our reactions, letting go of what we cannot change, and embracing peace, no matter the chaos around us. By applying these Stoic principles, you can build a life of purpose, clarity, and unshakable inner strength. When you live with this mindset, nothing outside of you can disturb your peace. The power to master your mind is in your hands. Act like a Stoic and transform your life from the inside out. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share which Stoic principle resonated with you the most and how you're planning to apply it to your life. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Stay tuned for more insights on mastering your mind, building resilience, and living a purposeful life. Let's continue this journey together.